Welcome back to Rifts for Savage Worlds. We've been playing Deadlands for the last couple weeks here. And then last week we didn't play. I broke my foot. So we are returning. And don't worry, it's all better. Breaking your foot is very bad, but out of all the places I could have broke it, this is the one place that will heal by itself. So thumbs up for good bad luck.
That works.
When we last left our group, they had been enticed or convinced to assist with quotes. Yes, heavy quotes on the enticed.
We got a whole chorus of 30 people doing the quotes gesture with their fingers. So.
Everybody, yeah. I mean, and then the people who are behind the camera are also doing quotes.
Yep.
But they were hired to assist with a stagecoach robbery. Turns out the stagecoach was some sort of high-tech cover vehicle with a fairly thick shield that had a number of defensive measures that included large robots and small robots. The party was soon betrayed by their erstwhile allies, and in the process were able to escape, while those allies themselves continued the mission and presumably were slaughtered to the last, though not before a shifter, who was one of the betrayers, was able to open a portal and send the ghost stage to some other dimension before himself being destroyed. Once this happened, Mr. Royal, their heavy quotes employer, was nowhere to be found, and they found themselves in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, with a group of bounty hunters and mercenaries who had initially been hired by Mr. Royal to capture them before they had been, heavy quotes, convinced to assist. The capture team consisted of several power armors and soldiers who were all kind of mercenaries of the same group. A single dog boy who was their scout and provisional leader, simply because he was older and had a great deal more experience than the rest of them in regards to this kind of operation. And a robot crew consisting of 2 pilots and an operator who had been contracted by the mercenaries to act as their mobile base. They had been provided with a salvaged and refitted Spider Skull walker that could barely walk. Now that Mr. Royal is gone, they are not going to get paid because they were expecting payment after the fact. So the robot crew had become acquainted with your personal pilots and your support crew, and decided that it would be best if they would potentially travel with you, at least until they figure out some better place to be. Perhaps they could join the Tomorrow Legion. Perhaps they can just, find some work in New Durango.
Yeah.
So they all decide to travel with you. Sir Barrett's Fish, you are kind of, for now, you're kind of the leader. What kind of things would you suggest for these mercenaries? That, like I said, the dog boy is kind of the hunter, the tracker. He's the one who sort of figured out who you guys were. And he, like I said, they kind of put him in charge. It's kind of odd having a dog boy in charge. Generally, they're a little bit more subservient. But this one's old.
I say good for him. That's a lot of.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot of human.
Guys.
That's a lot of human bias to get past to actually be in charge. So good for him.
Yes, and he's very skilled too. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Both Mary and Spike, with their abilities to see, psychic and arcane emanations, would have noticed that he's actually a fairly prodigious psychic himself. Most dog boys have psychic abilities, but this one, he has some extra. He's pretty powerful. But yes, how would you like to? What would you like to do in terms of leadership as you're traveling? I would like you to make a battle roll at +1 to see how well you had left the affairs in New Durango. Just to make sure you set up the right things for being gone.
Yeah.
Before we start rolling, we should probably grab our bennies.
Oh yes, I will get those as you're rolling.
All right, sounds good. I'm having to reopen my character sheet because I was still logged in as a game master.
So let's see, Mary Arkham, you will. Mary, yeah. Why don't you drop 1?
Hey, look at that. I'll take a 9.
Yeah.
Things were good. And I had contingency plans up the wazoo.
Yes.
To cover it.
So basically how I was going to do it is a success was going to provide 2 weeks worth of planning. And each raise is going to add another 2 weeks. So you think that you have roughly a month. You probably got things set up well enough for roughly a month. You have been gone for a week and a half, probably. So if you want to head straight back to New Durango, you can. Spike, you only get 2 because you're unlucky. And I am, let's see. Yes. So let me take you to the map. You are still in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. You have a small group with you. How would you like to proceed?
Well, how are we feeling about this other group that was just hired? Have we got a good idea if they're would just work for the whoever pays most? Are they going to be somewhat loyal if we bring them back and offer them a chance to join the Tomorrow Legion? Or
the mercenaries seem like they will work for the highest bidder. The robot pilots that were contracted seem like they're just decent people. They seem like they're perfect candidates for Tomorrow Legion. That's just essentially 2 robot pilots and an operator.
Yeah.
And the dog boy, I mean, you guys, even if you guys don't like them, you can't help but like the dog boy because he's very loyal and he's very
sure.
He's very consistent.
Well, I think I would probably the robot group want to have them come back with us for sure, and maybe if they're interested in maybe joining the Tomorrow Legion, come back with us to New Durango, help out around there for a little while, and then maybe get them in contact with the castle. This mercenary group, I just want to give them, work out ways to the way we could get a hold of them in the future if we wanted to acquire their services. But a little not quite such a formal offer to maybe consider joining the Legion because they are mercenaries. And...
Our group is joined together because we all got screwed over on payment.
Yes. And
yes, everyone basically, like, you guys know, and you probably wouldn't have told them that there is money waiting for you back at New Durango.
Yeah.
At least according to Mr. Royal. He said he was going to leave basically some of your payment.
So they're welcome.
Presumably for your next of kin.
Yeah. So they're welcome to come with us there to get that, or if they have other plans, they just want to send a few people that way to collect the payment. However they want to do that, I'll leave that up to them. They're in charge of themselves.
They're going to follow with the dog boy. They think that you guys seem like the best option to get paid.
Yeah.
That they don't have there's not a lot of work for a group as big as theirs. There's probably there's like a half dozen Samson pilots and another probably dozen just soldier type guys.
Mm-hmm.
The soldier guys are, kind of assorted. They've got a couple hover vehicles and not going to get into specifics, but they've got, they're a small group. They will travel with you, but they want to split command. They don't necessarily trust you, so they want the dog boy to be the one who, they essentially want any orders from you to go through the dog boy.
Makes sense to me. I was thinking the same thing.
It makes it a bit more difficult due to the fact that, every time there's kind of a question, you kind of have to meet up with the dog boy, but they do a pretty good job of setting up, he's got a little pavilion field tent that you guys can go into and discuss. The other three of you, what would you guys like to do as you just escaped death and there's some different people around and you're kind of getting ready to travel back? Let's go just across the bottom. Let's go Mary Arkham. What would you like to do kind of as your kind of...
Well, I guess I'd hang out with the engineer crew.
Your support group? Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you make a persuasion roll? I'm not going to have you take the penalty because they know you.
Okay.
Just to see how well you're getting along with them.
Take off the penalty.
Yeah, no penalty because they know who you are. They know what you are.
Yeah, at this point, if they haven't got used to being around a necromancer, then it's whatever.
So yeah,
Oh.
they definitely put up with you. You're a lot more intelligent and perceptive than most of the kids they're around. So they, Oscar really likes you. It seems like he's probably got a kid back home. But Martina just tells you to stay out of the way.
I'm just as good as engineering as you guys.
Well, probably doubtful. They are electrical engineers and mechanical engineers, so they're more adept with technology probably than you are.
I'm just good at hardware.
But Oscar is probably no better at repairing, mechanical things than you are. So he's definitely willing to have an extra set of hands.
Yeah. Go learn a few things, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Spike, what would you like to do while you're kind of traveling here?
You said there's kids in this group? Other kids? No, there's not. Okay.
I said Oscar. You're pretty sure Oscar has a child back, home, but.
Then I'm gonna find a friend, and we are gonna prank people, and it's gonna be funny.
All right. Why don't you make a persuasion roll? Do your little what's it called? The networking to try to find someone to help you prank.
No, guess not.
Yeah, you know what? You're going to spend a lot of time trying to find people to prank, but it seems like either the ones that want to prank with you are kind of off-put by you in general, and the ones that aren't off-put are just like, that's juvenile. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, then I prank people by myself.
And so why don't you psionics roll, just a flat psionics roll to see kind of, I'm assuming your pranks will probably involve some of that.
At least some, making whoopee cushion noises with my mind.
Yes.
I didn't even do that well, but I did succeed in pranking people.
So yes, you are doing a pretty good job. Let's go with, where is this? This will just be, okay, I'm just going to use this as a notice roll. Okay. You don't, one of the robot pilots, the independent contractors kind of comes up a little bit later when you're kind of by yourself and just says, that's, I think it's funny, but some of these mercenaries, they're not anywhere near as friendly as I am. So you should maybe try keep that on the DL. and gives you the wink, like, thumbs up, but
Okay. I don't say anything. I just make my little random farting noise that I can't help but do.
Hoot 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 hoot.
Hey,
and
Cat-
midnight.
Well, I think I would probably regale the rest of the passengers and our crew with some tales from our past, especially the tale of meeting these fabulous feathered winged people looking quite a bit like me living up in the clouds in the mountains. That was something awful pretty, and I'd sort of teach them the song, though of course my singing voice ain't nothing to write home about, but I do a little singing as well.
Okay, why don't you do a performance or a persuade, whichever one you have that you think would be more relevant.
I will definitely try to persuade them that my voice is something to listen to.
Crit fail.
It was not. It unfortunately was not.
So you have like a little bit of maybe you got a little bit of a sore throat or something, and you're singing really well, and then all of a sudden a big screech, like a screech owl, and everyone just like holds their ears like, "Oh, what was that?" Even the ones who were interested before are just like, "Yeah, you probably better not sing anymore, Mr. Midnight."
There were a couple half-tone, like flat notes in there too. So.
Well, I never claimed to be a professional, y'all, but I did try to entertain you, and I hope I succeeded at least a little bit there with you. I might take off and fly after something embarrassing like that.
When you take off and fly, what's her name? Kylie Marsh, your RPA pilot. She would maybe go and fly with you a little bit too. She doesn't like being grounded any more than you do.
Well, that's very kind.
So now you guys have been kind of taking it easy a little bit. Routinely having to go into the dog boy's tent. He just goes by the name Jack.
Jack. Okay.
And they call him Boss, so Boss Jack. You periodically, and he always wants all of you guys to come into the tent because that he says that they want to know that you guys all know that Boss Jack is in charge of us. But Boss does not like the mummy. Boss really doesn't like the mummy, which makes perfect sense. He's a dog boy.
Oh, he can smell that.
Yeah, so he always has you leave the mummy outside the tent because it's just,
That's
not his cup of tea, and
smells of corpses and spices.
It's very corpsey in here.
Yeah, he can smell the supernatural evil that's in there.
He can smell crime.
Yeah,
it's not evil, probably.
Yeah, and the dog boy definitely knows you're not evil, but he's just that thing. It's like he describes it as sitting in a room. You guys don't have as sensitive a sense of smell as him, but it's like if you're sitting in a room filled with pig offal. That's what it smells like to him. So you're traveling with him for a couple days. Things are going pretty well. It is the 3rd of May. Let me make my mark here, and you go into the tent and you're discussing, and the next thing you know, you are three of you that aren't plant creatures are waking up. You are tied to chairs. Your hands are placed in mittens, and you are all gagged.
I didn't think what singing was that bad.
Why don't the three of you non-plants make a notice roll?
Non-plant.
No penalty.
I'm a non-plant.
Notice roll. 5, 4, and 6. No raise.
Okay, yes, you guys all quickly look around, and you can see your plant friend. He is also tied to a chair in the corner. However, his hands are not in mittens, but his feet are sitting in a bucket of water.
Okay.
Okay. Does that do anything?
Oh, you'll find out.
Not that I'm aware of.
He's sucked up some through his pores,
Bad
something that's
thing?
kind of bad for him,
Yeah.
probably.
Probably some sort of drug, yeah.
You're different. Is he a different color? Did somebody put Kool-Aid in the water? Some food coloring or anything?
He does look a little bit like wilty,
Yeah, he's overwatered.
but not like, he doesn't look dead, and like he doesn't breathe or anything, but he doesn't look like dead. He just looks like he's out of it. And Spike, you are essentially unconscious right now.
Yeah, I figured.
But kind of as you're looking around, you notice in the corner Jack sitting on a chair, looking very, very unhappy. And once he sees that you've woken up,
Is he tied up?
he says to you,
No, I'm assuming not.
"What's that?"
I'm assuming he's not tied up.
He is not. No, he's sitting there and he's sitting normal. But he once he sees that you wake up, he quickly moves close. He pulls his chair up close so that he can talk to you very quietly, and he says, "I don't have much time. I am taking your equipment and turning myself into your pilots. I will do my best to keep them safe, even if they decide to keep me as a prisoner. They have been planning on capturing you since before being contacted by Mr. Royal. If you escape, I will explain what I can. I didn't want to betray you, but I had no choice. They don't know everything about you. They hired me to track you. What they do know is that Mr. Barrett's fish is a cyberknight. It's hard to disguise. They also know that the Lens Frial is powerful in some way. They tend to be feisty and gifted. Beyond that, all they know about the girl is that she is following with you. They do not know about her abilities. They are under the impression that the mummy was her bodyguard assigned to her, that she's some sort of orphan or tag along who has followed you. They also do not know about the Cactus Man's abilities. I have him under deep sedation because I did not wish to have him interrupting our conversation. They think that he is nothing more than an oddity who follows you around much as the girls. They are taking you to a facility. They're taking you to a holding facility where you will be kept until transported to somewhere else. I do not know where they are sending you, but I do know that the individuals who are keeping this holding facility will know everything that your captors know. That is why I am not going along with. I am convincing them that I am taking your equipment to sell it to help find more targets. Don't let them know what kind of abilities. Don't let them know what kind of abilities you have. They will take steps to prevent it. And then he actually Mary in particular, he points to your neck. And now that you think about it, you can kind of feel a collar around your neck. And he says, "I'm going to ungag you. Little girl, know that if you attempt any of your magical abilities or speak in any tone higher than a whisper, the collar will tighten and prevent you from continuing to speak until you stop. But you may ask me some questions, but we don't have time." And so he's going to take off the 3 of yours gags, and you're going to have a short period of time to ask some questions here.
Well, first of all, what incarnation?
I asked, was there not any attempt to tell us about this sooner? Is this the best you could do?
And he just shakes his head very he looks, it's like almost like his hair's falling out. He looks like he is just torn to pieces about having to betray you. And he says, I had no choice. Again, if you escape, I can explain more, but the forces that are being contended with, they have the ability to... It's better that I not say.
Okay,
I did not intend to betray you, and it is painful to do so.
I kind of ask him then what are the most dangerous forces for us to try to escape from here, if he can quickly rattle off some of the biggest like foes or any other obstacles that we might have to get through.
You will be taken to a holding facility. They will likely keep you in captivity until you are sent somewhere else. The only thing I know is that they took the old blind woman from New Durango as well. They took her shortly after you left. She put up no fight, being an old blind woman. However, I know her abilities. They do not. Perhaps that and your allies' secret abilities will give you the edge to escape. And if you do escape, I will explain everything. But they've been hunting you for a long time. When they heard that someone had stopped New Durango from spontaneously combusting, they knew that the individuals who did so had to have been very powerful and skilled. And there has been a call going out for the capture of supernatural and mystical entities for an unknown buyer. And the profit is good. They did not intend to capture you until Mr. Royal absconded with all of their payment. It is dishonorable to do such a thing as they are doing, and that is why I am leaving. The contracted team with the robots will also be joining me. However, they do not know any of this. They were simply kept in the dark.
Where will we find you if we manage to escape?
I am turning myself into your pilots.
That's cool.
Tomorrow morning when they awake, I will turn myself in, and you will find me wherever they deem necessary to place me. And then he kind of hangs his head and he says, I am ashamed. I am ashamed.
I will find ways for you to pay back your debt that you have inquired.
Oh, yes. You will definitely be paying back this debt. I'll tell you that.
When you say that, like, he kind of looks scared, but his ears kind of perk up like, okay, cool. Well, like, you know, I'm willing to pay back that. But he says, the chemical I used was an aerosol. The three of you who breathe air were knocked out almost instantly. Fortunately, the chemical will not work a second time, at least not for the next 6 months. Your body has created some level of resistance to it. And then he points over at Spike and says, the cactus man was more difficult. I did not want him interrupting our conversation. And as such, I used a metabolite that caused him to go into, what's that called? Bear with me.
Some botany term.
It's yes. It causes him to go into like stasis, like
hibernation.
much as plants fall asleep in the winter, so too did he fall asleep.
Yeah, I don't remember.
However, once, yeah, it's yeah.
Is it homeostasis?
What's that?
Is it homeostasis?
No, homeostasis is equilibrium between cells.
I'm glad you know that. I just came up with a word that sounds right.
Basically, well, I guess and he does explain the way that the chemical works is that it is designed specifically for plants. They have no vessels. They are essentially just a giant conglomeration of interconnected cell walls. And the chemical itself spreads itself through the body, creating homeostasis, creating an equal amount of this chemical in every cell. Once his feet are removed from the water, he will recover fairly quickly. And the metabolite will not be effective against him for another 30 days, roughly. it will take that long for him to recoup the necessary metabolites to again go into stasis. I bid you tell him to keep things quiet. He may be one of your only hopes. The place you are being taken is shielded, and many arcane abilities are difficult, if not impossible.
Well, get yourself out of here then before anybody finds out.
And and so you would notice, like, yeah, he would have taken like all of your gear. You guys would be wearing your clothes and stuff, but you know, he took your armor and your guns and all that stuff.
I take it that basically the necklace, including my phylactery, is also gone.
He actually asks you about that, because he's followed you. That was good call. What does it look like? What does your phylactery look like?
I basically just assume it's sort of just like looks like a rough pendant.
Okay. He says,
like,
I did not take that, but you should. Yeah, he says that you should discharge it. You should empty it of points, otherwise it may be detected. However, I can take it, but it seems like something that is quite close to your soul.
Thank you for that.
And we're just gonna say that you can spend an action to basically just expend the points.
Okay.
Kind of like any other thing, more or less.
I'll set my phylactery to 0 then.
And it will recover whenever, you know. But yeah, he says they'll be able to. Whoever will be able to detect that. But he says, I gave the mercenaries false information in regards to most of you. So do your best. I hope that my betrayal does not bring an end to our future friendship. Was not my intention.
I'm just gonna smile and nod because I am angry.
At the same time,
but I don't know. I don't really know the full story. So he's making a terrible decision, which is probably better than possibly even worse one. So until I find out more, I can just let him go.
So he says he puts the gags back on and says, again, don't keep things quiet. When your spiky friend wakes up, tell him to keep his abilities as under wraps as possible. If you have ways to mask yourself from detection, it might be a wise thing to do whenever you reach the holding facility. And then he puts your gags back on. He pulls Spike's feet out of the water and takes the bucket, and just with him as he walks out, you can hear him throwing the water, you know, just emptying the bucket outside. And then you hear him say just quickly to the people out there, I think everything's taken care of. So I'm going to go get some sleep. And one of the soldiers out there is just like very clearly standing by the door, is like, okay, good.
I would look over at buried fish and say, Your Highness, it's up to you. I do have a lightning mental link that I could try to at least get a telepathic switchboard. Cost some points, but I could do it.
A lightning mental link?
That would allow you to talk.
Yeah.
That would allow you to talk to each other without, while you're gagged.
Yeah, it lasts
doesn't
for
seem
30
like you're
minutes,
in an anti.
So let me try it.
Okay.
See if I'm successful. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait for Spike.
Yeah, and we have to do it when we can.
Nope. Yep. The three of you can easily converse. You'll have about probably 10 minutes before Spike wakes up. you can actually see him kind of like his body's kind of starting to like, fill out, not be so droopy, but he's definitely not awake yet.
Well, Your Highness, I feel we might be up a creek without a paddle here, but you got any ideas?
I think Spike's the paddle this time.
Yeah. Well, we might not have a paddle, but I guess it's time for us to learn how to swim without it, right?
I guess so. I mean, I suppose I could probably fry through these ropes or whatever got us bound without too much issue, but it's going to alert them. And
I think right now we're just once Spike's awake, we're going to get this plan here, but I think we're going to just let ourselves be taken where we're going so we can find out. If we break out now, they're just going to come find us again, which we might be all right.
Oh.
But if we want to stop who's doing this, we'll let them take us where they're going to take us, and we'll get to the bottom of this. I think we'll be all right.
He also did mention that they had captured the old blind woman. Yeah. That's Dr. Henrietta Stone, the lady who was helping you teleport.
That's right.
She actually moved out to New Durango once you guys got out there because the castle was getting too busy.
Yeah.
So you would assume that's the old blind woman.
Yeah, but then we want to try to get her out and anybody else they may have captured too.
And if she allowed herself
True, we are
without,
the heroes here.
And if she allowed herself to go without fighting, well, first off, bullshit.
Okay, actually, Mary, why don't you make a smarts roll, Mary?
Okay. No.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're really not. Yeah. You want to re-roll that?
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that. Got D10 and smarts can't fit it through. There we go.
Okay, you would know that she has some pretty substantial. In addition to being a teleporter, she has some pretty substantial divination abilities.
Yeah, no.
So you would guess that if she let herself get captured, she kind of saw, she foresaw it, and that would give you a clue that she at least, is letting herself get captured.
Yeah, I was like, if she's very powerful and scary, so if she let herself, it's literally letting herself get captured.
It's the plan. It was the plan to get captured before she even knew that somebody was trying to capture her. Probably before they even knew. That's why she came to New Durango.
On her way, probably like
she came to New Durango to get captured.
So, over the next 2 days, so Spike, you would wake up
immediately as soon as he starts lying stuff. I was just like, shut up! Don't use your powers.
That was a hell of a trip. Can I go again?
You would actually wake up feeling absurdly refreshed. You would be like amped. You would be like a plant in spring, basically.
Yeah.
Dormancy. That's the word I was thinking of.
There you go.
You were placed into dormancy. But yeah, you actually kind of feel a little amped, but...
Well, then the first thing I do is I go, yeehaw! Everybody's pains.
It's inside my head. It's so loud.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I've been telling you, we've been captured. Don't use your powers. We just let it happen. We're gonna use this opportunity to infiltrate by them voluntarily taking us in. You ever heard that story of the? I think it was a giant wooden rabbit, and some knights from Camelot went in. Tried to go inside a castle.
I thought it was a badger.
Yeah, whatever. Because I haven't actually heard the actual story of the Trojan horse. I know the Trojan rabbit from Monty Python, but it's been twisted, and I think they were successful. The stories since the apocalypse is all messed up. But if you've heard that story of the Trojan rabbit, that's what we're doing here. We're gonna go let ourselves be captured and fight our way out from the inside. Got to rescue the old blind lady. Don't let them know your powers.
Yeah, and if you and he would have said you would maybe want to mention too if you have like some sort of
just
concealment.
Yeah.
You might want to use it.
Yeah, conceal it.
At least when you get to wherever you're going.
Can one of you guys do that for me? Because I am magic user and I am wearing mittens.
Nope, I can't help you.
I don't
think I can either.
Oh, crap.
I can alter my own aura, and I can. Oh, I have conceal arcana. I can't. Is it?
You have that as a racial power, so you could use just a basic conceal on someone else. It just costs you more.
Yeah.
Oh, good. The man with infinite power points cover me. Good.
But he did say you don't really need to use it until you're getting taken in. The people that are the actual like mercenaries that are watching you, none of them seem to have any sort of detecting abilities. They're all mercenaries and techno warriors and RPA pilots, so they're not really in tune.
Right. And they're going to know about me, so.
Yes, he did say, it's hard to hide that you're a cyber knight, and Lynn Srials tends to be, both feisty and gifted, so they're going to be keeping an eye on Midnight as well.
Yeah, so they're already going to be not much hiding.
But like I said, they think that Mary is basically like some orphan, or maybe even like an important person that has, she's important enough to have a mummy, a cyber knight, and a Lynn Srial as a bodyguard. But they just think she's a little girl.
Of course I'm important. I'm the one that has to do their damn paperwork.
And they think Spike is just an oddity. They think, well, maybe we'll,
He's a pet.
Yeah. So over the next 2 days, they, are having you move around. They rarely take off your gags. Once they realize that Spike is awake, they just keep him tied up. They don't know how to gag him.
I don't make any noise.
Except for the poot.
Yeah, except for the poot. They don't know how to stop that. Because they plug up one hole and it just seems like another one shows up.
So for roughly, it's 4 days actually. 4 days they are going to be traveling. You guys are kept inside of a, let me get to map and background. You guys are kept inside of like a, what's it called? Like a box truck hover vehicle, so you can't really see outside. So you don't really know where you're going.
Geneva Convention.
Yeah.
True. True.
So they get you to so after on the fourth day, on the 3rd of May, the truck stops, and it stops for a much longer time than normal. Normally when the truck stops, they'll at least send someone in. But this time the truck stops, and you can kind of hear a little bit of commotion outside. After about 45 minutes, the driver kind of like bangs on the back and says, looks like you guys got the go ahead. Gonna take you on in. It was good working with you. And he's gonna start driving you in. He would suggest this is probably where the location is. So if you want to do some veiling, you can do that.
Conceal some arcana, boys.
Yeah, Brandon, if you want to do conceal yourself and Mary, why don't you do some psychic rolls?
Let me double check. I don't have it open, and I should. Let's check conceal arcana. Well, because I also have the alter aura, and that I haven't actually.
That you can use on yourself.
Right. Oh, there it is.
Which
okay.
now I set them both up for you, I believe. I think.
Yes, I'm just double checking what it is, but I'm already there. Okay, that doesn't even really conceal my arcana. Oh, I guess it is technically. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it essentially it disguises your arcana.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll do that on myself, and I'll do. Does everybody else have their own, or do I just need to do?
Mary was the one that wanted one.
They know about
Just
the other
because she
two
can't
of us.
do it herself.
They're expecting us to have something, so we don't need to keep it secret, I guess.
You want to, you can, but I mean, the cyber. They definitely know that the Cyber Knight is a Cyber Knight.
Okay, then I will. I will conceal, and with exalted, so that's going to be 5 power points, including Mary in this. Because I can't do an exalted version of my altar aura, so I'm just going to do.
Yeah, you can.
Can I?
I believe so. I believe
I'm looking in the Mind Melter abilities and bonuses. My altar aura is just cheaper, really. It doesn't say anything about an advanced
Can
version.
use power modifiers as usual.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So you can totally use. Yeah, you can use any power modifiers as usual. It's just it has the additional aspect of being able to, like, if you wanted to have the aura of a dinosaur, you could.
Sure. Okay. Well, that would cost me 3. In the end, it'll just cost me less to do regular Conceal Arcana on both of us with the exalted modifier.
Okay.
So let's Conceal Arcana. How'd it do?
Would you like to re-roll that?
I sure would.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
No, I get an auto re-roll anyway. So,
Yes, you do.
Yep. It's been so long since we played. I've only got the 2 things, so I think I'll just keep the single success. We'll call that good. It is with the exalted. It makes it minus 2 to detect us.
Yep.
That'll be it for us. Oh, and that cost me 5.
Okay.
I only have 65 power points left, guys.
Oh,
I don't
doomed.
know.
No.
So doomed.
We'll be able to make it.
Oh.
Ration now.
Yes. And it lasts for 2 hours for me. So.
Yep. Okay. So you guys are, you can feel the truck moving in, and
if we go longer than 2 hours, I'll definitely sustain it.
Okay, cool. Let me get a truck here. Truck. We'll just go with we'll go with a fire truck because it doesn't matter what it looks like.
Okay. Not really.
All right. Bear with me.
No, the name's Bear Eats Fish, not Bear With Me.
Heh, heh.
But maybe my next character will be named Bear With Me. It's a good idea.
Bear with me, the druid.
Yeah. By the way, this is a character name was actually a band name of for some friends of mine. Had a band called Bear Eats Fish. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
So I am going to take you over to the other page here. You can feel the vehicle backing up. I'm going to kind of just put you.
Oh my.
So here's where you are. These are just like corrugated iron buildings. The little shacks are kind of like guard shacks. There's at least one guard standing in front of each of them that you can see right now. You can't really see much out the door, but it's a big Quonset building. So let's see, copy. So 2 of them are going to kind of stand here as at the back of the truck and kind of urge you to go inside. of this building. There are 3 of them, but they're putting you in the middle one. And at the back of the building, you can see a little old lady sitting in a wheelchair, petting a cat.
I'm not gonna make a big deal of it right away until, they've got to shut in here, whatever they're doing.
Why don't you guys all roll notice rolls while you're kind of getting out? No real penalty here. Okay.
4, 7, 6. God darn.
You guys all notice a prodigious number of cats. Probably as you're kind of like walking into the building, there's one that walks out of the building and one that goes in. You can also and Dr. Stone actually is in her wheelchair. She's got one sitting on her lap and she's petting it.
The cats are actually coming and going from the building.
Yes, the buildings don't look like it. Looks like they're kind of stuck in here when the doors are closed. But it looks like the whole area, there's a fair number of cats. That would suggest that, there's probably a rat population or some other vermin population. But the guards don't even seem to pay attention to cats. They're just kind of like, eh.
Did we know if she's got some ability to communicate or have familiar abilities or anything like that? Beast mastery type things?
You don't know. You would not know.
I'm gonna assume so at this point. Or at least I'm gonna hope.
But it does. The cat that's sitting on her lap does appear. It's got like a. You can see poking out from under its fur. There's like a green. It's wearing like a green neckerchief or something. So you would guess that maybe she, likes this one or something. But yep, they bring you in there and they remove most of your bonds. However, they remove Mary's bonds. They keep, they have Midnight's wings. They're kind of like bound up on your back. So you can't fly. They're more or less in the rested position. They're just kind of like tied up in the rested position. But yeah, the guards, let me get this deleted. The guards, yep. The truck drives off and the guards at the door say, all right, well, make yourself comfortable. It'll be a few days and then we're going to send you out. Don't cause any trouble. We prefer to use non-lethal methods, but, it's dangerous out here. All kinds of dangerous things can happen if you decide to make trouble. And then they close the doors.
Yeah, I don't say anything to them.
So the doors are closed.
I immediately start wriggling. Get my wings free.
So I'm assuming my hands are tied up behind me.
Your hands are actually tied in such a way as to basically put them across your chest. In such a way that if you made your psi sword, you would.
It would risk. It'd be very likely that I cut myself.
You just jam it right through your
like Magneto does to Wolverine.
Yeah.
In that one
kind
movie.
of. Although instead of that, it's like your fists are together across your chest with like.
I could
sort of this.
I'm manifested by holding it from the other direction, like from upside down.
You could potentially.
Maybe they don't know that, but I'm not gonna.
But they don't know enough. They know you're a cyber knight and you can make swords, so that's theirs.
At least they didn't have any anti-psionic helmet on me, because that would suck.
No, although,
dude.
Let's see where that is. The one of you that's magic, Mary. Yeah. You feel kind of an overwhelming kind of like malaise in the area. It's like you can't even you can't touch magic. It's like it's not even here. Let me see where the spells are, because this is a rift spell.
A rift spell.
Pull one of the big giant things out of Palladium rifts here and just hand waving how it works here.
Yes. Okay, yes. So Mary, you think that if you tried to use magic, it would almost certainly fail. And it seems like it is limiting your, like, you just don't feel very restful. You do feel.
Did we lose Jordo?
Yeah, we just did.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Let's all restart. Now that I think about it, it's been a while.
Good call.
Alright.
Jordo
Everyone has returned!
Jordo has not left, and he still can't hear him.
Hello.
Jordan,
Jordo?
you there?
We still can't hear you.
I think you might need to restart again.
The heck?
Because he's talking.
God is dead and we have killed him.
I thought all of us laymen would signal that to him.
My cat just looked at me.
Welcome back.
Where did I cut off?
You're starting to explain
just
how
to say about the magic.
Yeah, how-
Maligned,
how she feels.
that the magic was like sort of weaker.
You just started that. And you were
Yes,
gone.
Mary, you would guess that any type of spell you tried to cast would just fail.
Yep.
There's some sort of field in the area. It makes sense. Jack did tell you that there was some sort of field.
An anti-magic
And those
field.
of you who are psychics, it doesn't seem like your powers are totally prevented, but you would take, mechanically, you would take a pretty large penalty trying to activate powers. And Mary, you would guess that your recovery of power points is going to be substantially stunted, if not entirely prevented.
Good fun.
But yeah, so now you're in this building. You're kind of getting used to this. There's a little old lady in a wheelchair.
I gotta go. Let's go. I'm gonna go talk to the
There
lady.
are some beds. There are beds along the walls. Like it's like a barracks almost. There's a small curtained off shower area and bathroom. But it's pretty like low tech. I mean, you would expect to see this kind of thing in the middle of nowhere.
I go over there and it's like, I assume you've been expecting
And
us,
it
Miss
has some
Stone?
sort of super anti-magic thing.
Yes, the whole area, it seems like. You kind of felt it right when the truck drove in, kind of starting. But it wasn't until you kind of got in here that you were able to kind of gather your wits about it. Midnight, why don't you make an athletics roll at -4 to try to wiggle your wings free?
All right, fellas, I got this. I can wiggle out of this. Okay, here.
The whammies and whammies.
Twist it.
Nope.
Twist it.
Nope.
Oh God, no! Damn it.
It's okay.
Like some help?
You're fairly certain that you know that you can't break them. So you would guess that, getting out of them, you're going to have to wiggle. And right now you don't quite have the right angle or flexibility or something. Maybe they're just stiff. I mean, they've been tied up behind your back for a couple days.
I go up to the lady and I ask her, I declare, because I was muted when I tried to say this before. I assume you've been expecting us, Ms. Stone?
Okay. Yeah, and she says, it took you long enough.
Well, they drive really slow.
Yes, and they're not very good at most other things either.
That's fortunate for us.
And she's kind of, you can tell that, Mary can tell that Dr. Stone generally uses her psychic abilities to see because she's blind, and you can tell that she's just not, she doesn't have the ability, really appear to be able to see you guys, and her hands are in mittens. So you would guess she's pretty much prevented from doing any of her magical abilities. But she's still petting the kitty, and the kitty seems to be content.
Well, at least we don't have to deal with rats.
Yes.
They're much preferable.
Uh,
She says,
ROUSs are
I
just a
do-
myth. They're not real.
they're not real. She says, well, now that you're here, we can figure out a way to get out. She says it fairly quietly, looking generally in Barry Fish's direction.
Mm-hmm. So that we're not talking out. I don't know if Spike can risk.
Spike do his
Can he
thing?
do his mind link? Is that actually? That's a kind of a natural ability. It doesn't really use power, so does it? Is he able to make up a bridge with us?
I think it's technically an innate ability, so let's see.
Wait, innate ability?
No, we'll say that he can just communicate. We're not gonna have him make a roll because it is just a natural ability that works like mind link. So Spike can do the what's it called, the psychic switchboard if he chooses.
Okay.
He is going to get food. I'm assuming he will. He just went to get food though. So,
Okay.
so what you guys would like to say? We can assume that he's pooting while you guys are talking.
All right. So we'll do this all in the mind so the guards can't hear then, if they're right outside listening or something.
Right.
Yep.
We didn't get to see much. There's a few buildings out here, and anybody else notice anything interesting that would be useful to us at this point?
Well, I don't know if y'all noticed, but there seems to be a hell of a lot of cats out here.
Yes. Can we? I kind of direct this at the old lady. Is there some way we can use those cats to our advantage?
And she just smiles. She just smiles, and she smiles and kind of like with her mittens as best she can. She kind of itches the kitty under its chin, and says, "Go find some mice." And it like looks up at her, and then jumps down and slowly kind of like walks by each of you, kind of giving you a sniff and a tail whip, kind of like kitties do.
Yep.
And then it kind of goes over to a small hole in the north wall and just leaves.
Yeah, I think that answers that question.
And she says, we'll see what kind of mice we can gather.
Okay.
All
right. So
it's not the mice we need to worry about. It's the mouse trap that they've got stuck in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you managed to find the source of the mouse trap?
There are 6 sources. Out there, from what I understand, there are 8 guard buildings outside, and 6 of them have small generators in them that are creating this field. I can't see myself. Whatever it is that's creating this field is preventing my abilities from working. However, they do take us outside every day into a large open area. I cannot tell you what other creatures are here, but they are definitely not human. They tend to leave me alone, though I'm not sure if that is by design or because I am of no interest. It is almost time for our afternoon excursion, so if you are willing to keep your eyes open and push my chair a bit, perhaps we can discover a way out of here.
Sounds good.
It seems that the fates have brought us here, and perhaps we can make a difference.
Well, I don't plan on being sold in the Atlantean slave market, so.
Oh, it's not the Atlanteans that want us. It's something more sinister than that.
More than that? Okay.
I believe wherever we're going, we are intended to be sacrifices.
Oh, goody. Someone's making a troll.
Good.
Well, I can't say I'm going to allow that to happen.
No.
I think we can handle it, but keep our eyes peeled. We already saw 2 guards. There must be several more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And there's
yet?
She says, I believe there are at least a dozen guards, maybe more. when we go out for our afternoon walk in the park, you will be able to see more. I cannot see, but I can certainly hear that at least 2 of them are mechanized. I'm not sure if they are robots or cyborgs or individuals in power armor, but I could hear the clank. So
if they got power, I can take them down.
And so she's going to say, we should prepare ourselves, and if you have any ideas, at least for now, that would
Well, the main idea right now is to get a count of how many there are and see if we can maybe Mary can sense like maybe which buildings may have them. Maybe we're close enough to them, you can feel that there's more of a suppression of the energy. So we need to map out the battlefield and the opposing forces. We're gonna keep our heads down though, and not show any sign that we're gonna be throwing up a fight right now. So that look very defeated. Do your best to pretend like you don't. We're not having zero intention of trying to break out of here. That they got us.
Well, I hope this goes better than my singing, but I gotcha, Your Highness.
So everyone's keeping their eyes open. After about 45 minutes, you hear a commotion to the north and to the south. Of the doors on those being opened, and you hear a lot of jostling and grunts and growls. And eventually, once that's all done, they get to you. And they bring you out of the building. And to the east, there is, let me get to the right page here.
I'll be pushing the wheelchair. If
it matters.
Yeah.
Sure. So you are brought out to this sort of large fenced-in area. The fence is at least 20 feet tall. There are multiple guard stations, and to the north and south, you can see some very large cyborgs at what appear to be like entry gates. They're standing outside of the fence, but it looks like they could dash in very quickly. Much like inside, there are a number of cats scattered around. None of them look familiar. None of them look like the one that you saw earlier, but there's just plenty of them around. And you see 2 very distinctly inhuman groups. To the south, you see a group of mountain giants, which you have become familiar with through your encounters in New Durango. And to the north, you see a group of Broadkill. They're kind of keeping together to themselves. The giants are basically digging into the ground, trying to find rocks, but it doesn't seem like... It seems like the ground was basically flash frozen into cement, so it looks like there's grass, but it's hard as rock.
Okay. What? Frozen into cement.
And yes, you've seen, Mary would have seen similar things with elemental manipulation, but never on this scale and never like this, generally it's smaller areas.
There keeps being this switch between exceedingly low tech and exceedingly high tech.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to Riffs.
But yeah, why don't you guys move out kind of into the... Oh, and Brandon is back now. They are using your mind linking for the psychic switchboard to keep your plan secret.
Sure. Works for me.
So here, I'll just wherever. Yeah, and she says, you can put me in you can just set me in a corner if you want.
You can watch from the corner over here. I'll push her up to get next to one of these guard towers.
Yeah, why don't you just point to which one you want, and I'll move her over there.
I'll just put her by this one.
Okay. Yep. And and she once you get her there, she actually kind of backs herself up a little bit so she's in the shade. You can see the sun above you, but to the sides it's kind of opaque, so you can't really tell where you are. And when you get out here, one of the broadkill is going to kind of walk over. And
are they armed with anything, or are they also kind of?
Oh no, they're nobody's armed with anything. None of these broadkill have any sort of cybernetics, which is, normally the more badass ones have some sort of cybernetics, but these look like these just look like youngins. This one comes over and tries to stand and look big.
Well, he is pretty big, but he's not that big for a broadkill.
Yeah.
He's only 1.5 feet taller than me instead of like 2 feet taller than me.
So where are those broadkill?
Big ugly bronze-skinned bastards.
Where did they go? Okay, I got him somewhere. He comes over and he says, "You are new here. I am in charge. I am in charge, and you are new. You will do what we ask until we tell you."
Whoa now, fella. You will not be talking to a king like that.
He certainly will, my friend. He's in charge. I put my hand on your chest, and have they untied my hands at this point or not?
No, they haven't.
Okay.
They don't intend to. But you could give him kind of a little elbow or something.
Yeah, I'll kind of step in front of him just slightly and maybe just gently nudge with my shoulder if I have to, and this guy's been here. He knows how things work around here.
Well, would you look at that? I seem to have misspoken. Carry on, sir.
I see your friend is the smart one, and you are the foolish one.
He is quite foolish. If he tried to start something, he wouldn't last long. He's very weak.
And the guy kind of chuckles and he says, "No one starts anything in here without the gods breaking it up."
Of course.
And he kind of like gestures up to the guards, and they all look like they're armed with like non-lethal stun rifles, but they've got other guns. The cyborgs are definitely armed with rail guns.
All right, I'm gonna need that guy's leg.
I think you'd be quite shocked at how well I could handle myself out here.
Yeah, that's a nice pun. Hopefully it went right over his head.
And he kind of doesn't quite get it, and he says, "Come back and talk to me when you're not trussed like a chicken." And then he kind of goes back over to his people.
I definitely say poot one time.
Well,
the giants are still just kind of minding their own business. They look over at you every once in a while, but they just kind of like, they're just digging. They're kind of just going about their business. They don't even seem to really be aware of the fact that they're in captivity.
I'm going to play up the fact that I am a little girl and just follow Barry's fish around closely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you guys all make some notice rolls while you're out here?
I like notice rolls, especially when I fail them horribly.
Now, if only we could get a raise for once. Oh, so I'll take a 7, I guess.
I'm not going to spend a Betty. I'm keeping an eye just on the others in here.
There you go, Midnight.
Yep. So Mary and Spike, I mean, you guys definitely have a good count. So you're keeping the count. You're you're doing a good job keeping track of the number of guards and where they are. High Noon, you actually you're more accustomed to a 3-dimensional battlefield, and you would guess that this barrier is only on the sides. So if you could get high enough, you could probably just fly right up. And that would suggest that there's some sort of the technological barrier rather than some sort of magical barrier.
Right.
And the guards don't really seem all that concerned with you guys. They every once, when the broad kill came over, they a couple of them looked over, to make sure nothing started, but the rest of them look really bored. Really, really bored.
Well, let's make them extra bored. I'm going to just kind of go out in the middle, and I'm just going to sit down on the ground, legs crossed, and not really do anything that they'd want to even look at, so that they get even lazier about keeping an eye on us. Not even going to be walking around. Not going to be digging no holes like the Giants are, which they probably are used to that now at this point anyway.
Yeah, and I mean the Giants are digging holes, but again, it's they're digging through concrete, so they're not doing a very good job.
Yeah.
The kitty cat sort of shows up again and kind of does the little walk across Spike's legs. Rubs up against your leg and then goes back over and sits with the old lady.
Did I notice the kitty bring any mice to the lady?
It doesn't bring any mice, but it brings a small lizard.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got a little lizard. But the lizard doesn't appear to be dead. It just appears to be holding the lizard in its mouth, and the lizard's kind of wriggling, and it comes up and drops it at Dr. Stone's feet, and it just runs off, and the kitty just kind of sits down. Just okay, you told me to go get mice. I got you a lizard. The guards don't really do much. The broad killer kind of moving around a little bit. One of them kind of starts a fight with another one, and they fight for a little bit until it gets a little bit too rowdy. And two of the guards, the northeast guard and the north guard there, they both kind of point their guns and they're like, "Hey, break it up. Break it up." And the broad kill do eventually, but it does take kind of a warning shot from one of their stun rifles in the general direction to get them to actually stop.
I'm going to try to start some shit here if Mary will go on with it. I'm going to use the mind link with Mary and ask if she could start crying or something and be really scared of these big giant demons fighting each other, and that we maybe need to. Would you? You don't have to, but that's what I ask for Mary to do.
Yeah. Sure. I'm guessing that would be a persuasion or
performance, or I don't know.
Persuasion works unless you have performance.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Are we trying to lure the guards in here? Is that the plan?
Yeah, it's we need it. This girl's scared. This, maybe this isn't such a good place for her. She's trying. I'm gonna see how they even react to that. Maybe they will do nothing.
Right.
Maybe we can get some info with her behavior, or maybe we can open up a hole, or we can learn something.
I assume my -2 is there.
Actually, no, they don't. They think you're just a little girl.
Yeah, that's.
You're weird.
They have to know that.
But they really don't know anything about your abilities, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
She acts creepy
because they don't have you in gloves or anything.
If you were talking
you
to
wouldn't
them,
be able to use your magic anyway. But
I suppose if you were talking to them, you'd be creepy. But since you're just a girl crying right now, there's nothing that they would be creeped out by.
Yeah.
Okay. Persuasion. Right.
You know what? Yeah, the two that are near the entryway here.
Mm-hmm.
They both kind of hey, what's she crying about?
Well, you got a bunch of really scary looking creatures in here, and they're fighting and stuff. And this is, just a little girl here, and this is not a safe place for someone like her.
It's not a safe place for anyone, but you don't see the little old blind woman crying, do you?
Well, she's seen a lot.
Yeah, sure. Blind woman's seen a lot. Ha ha.
You guys are really cruel, like torturing this poor little girl.
We're not torturing anybody. We're just holding you here until you move somewhere else. So you keep her quiet, or we'll keep her quiet. And to kind of like doesn't aim the gun directly at you or her, but kind of like lifts the gun like, this is a stun gun, and we're not afraid to use it.
Well, I step in front so that I would get to be the one that gets shot. Just to sell her that she's helpless.
Sure, yeah.
Good call.
Which I am right now. So.
You are, but hopefully not for long.
Yeah.
The guy says, "Look, just keep her quiet, and we won't have any problems." And he points over at the giants and he says, "They don't like those kind of noises. Right now, they're keeping to themselves and digging holes, which is what we want them to do.
Cry
It's
louder.
a lot better than tearing down the walls."
Oh, cry louder then. Start screaming at them. Let's start some shit. We're starting some shit.
Why don't you do another persuade? No penalty on this one either, because you're doing a pretty good job of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a Benny.
Okay. So what kind of, how would you describe how much more you're crying? Like, is it like a wail, or like tantrum, or like, how would you describe?
I'm picturing Christina Ricci in the play in Addams Family Values, where the blood is spurting out of her. No.
It's funny. Okay.
I don't know. Did you ever see Addams Family Values, Adam?
No, I haven't.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. I am totally gonna get shot, aren't I?
No, I'm gonna be in the way if they decide to
Mountain
shoot.
giants.
I'm hoping stuff gets too crazy real quick and they have to deal with
The mountain giants look over, but they're not quite annoyed enough yet. They kind of they stop digging and like look over, and then they see like, oh, it's just this tiny little thing making noise. Let's keep digging.
Okay. All right.
But they do kind of like shuffle around a little bit. We'll kind of have them move a little bit, and maybe move a little bit away, and start digging in a different spot. One of the broadkill yells, "Shut that brat up!"
I'm gonna yell back, "You shut up!"
And the one broadkill starts walking over. He gets to about there, and then can see that the several of the tower guards have him in their sights, and he kind of looks over, thinks a second of it, and says, "You just wait till we're alone. We'll deal with it. We'll figure this out later."
I actually, before he walks away, I want to try to walk up to him and try to subtly like this is all an act and we're gonna get out of here together.
We have Spike for that. That's what this is saying.
I walk there, I'm looking really mad, but like body language, but I'm trying to have at least my face not look mad and try to kind of whisper quiet enough so that the guards can't hear that like let's get out of here together. Let's figure this out. Just try. Do we need me to make a roll to try to persuade this broadkill that we're trying to?
Why don't you do a persuade just to kind of like to do it as this like sort of the bluff, or whatever, passing a secret message. Do a persuade to pass a secret message.
Yeah. How about a 12?
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure why, but it seems like So I'm guessing you're kind of like getting up there. Your arms are across, but you're kind of bumping into him. Is that kind of what you're trying to do? Like chest bumping and stuff?
I don't know if I'll actually bump into him because that might trigger the guards. But I just like, want to like have a slightly aggressive stance. That I'm ready for anything, and I'm got a nice solid base. And only be like a foot away from him. And definitely puffing the chest out. But yeah, just whispering in that kind of nice voice, like, we're all in this together. We got to figure out how to get out of here. What are their weaknesses? Hey.
So this broadkill is going to he's going to look at you with a smile that would make a shark envious.
Yep.
With all of the pointiness.
Oh yeah.
But then he kind of says, "I hope you know how to take a punch," under his breath.
Okay.
And he's gonna hit you.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready for it. I will try. I will try to roll with. I'll try to roll with it and sell as much as possible.
Yeah, and he's not using his claws, so he's just gonna do a basic fighting roll here.
Okay. I'm gonna purposely lower my parry so they make sure that he hits me.
You can do that if you want. You can just kind of take the hit.
Yep.
So he's gonna thwomp you pretty good. Only about 10. That's because he's not gonna get a raise or whatever. But he's gonna get you in the stomach. With a pretty good thump, and almost immediately the two guards that are by the two guards that are kind of like on the same plane as him are going to shoot. And he's going to basically take a taser round from each of them. And he's going to try to stay standing, but it's not going to work. And he just basically falls to the ground, kind of like sizzling and groaning. And the others are going to be like, kind of come up, and they're going to try to like, what are you doing? What are you, like, they're going to kind of start a little bit of a commotion. And that commotion is going to garner the attention of the giants.
Here we go.
Hooray.
And
jailbreak. I don't yell that.
Tonight's gonna be a jailbreak.
So the giants are going to kind of start moving over here, and they start kind of like, and as they're doing that, pretty much all of the guards start leveling their weapons at anyone who looks like a threat. And the two cyborgs are actually going to like come in through the doors. The doors appear to be automated, so like they come through, and then once they're through, they lock behind them.
I step back as the other broadkill come through, but then I need to roll to unshake because that hit would have shaken me.
Okay, cool, yeah. Okay. Good enough. Yep.
I mean, you can't move your arms anyway.
Yeah.
And so you can't hear like all this loud, but you can definitely hear them talking. Like you can't hear what they're saying, but you can hear them like talking through their helmet mics. And the cyborgs get to about here. And is that where you are, Brandon? Are you just kind of chilling there?
Yeah,
or are you somewhere else?
I've just been like idly walking around in circles.
Okay.
Probably nearby them, but.
So even before the giants get to you guys, even before they get in there, all of those southern guard towers just open fire with their stun guns, and the giants are just taken down. They're just out cold.
Oh, gross.
And the broadkill kind of like see that, and they kind of like look at you and look at the towers, and they start dragging their commander, sort of their leader or whatever, back kind of to their corner. And the cyborgs are just like, look, we've told you guys what happens when you start. We have told you what happens when you start fights. Do you want to die now, or do you want to have the hope that you can survive later?
Survive what? What do you have in store for us?
And one of the cyborgs just points the railgun at you and says, if you continue to cause trouble, this is what we have in store for you. You know, like, if you're causing trouble, I'm just going to shoot you.
No. That's not how we talk to their highness here.
Your highness. If you were royalty, you wouldn't be in a place like this. And they just kind of like both the cyborgs kind of like chuckle and go back to their positions. I'm AFK for a second, so I'm not going to move them yet. But they just kind of go back to their doors.
Okay.
You can see the leader of the Broadkill, who's kind of coming back into waking up, and he's surrounded by his guys, and you can hear him saying stuff, but it's in a language none of you understand.
I want to just see if I can manage to activate speak language in this field and how hard it is. I'm going to attempt it.
It'll be a -4.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, no, I failed. So.
Yeah.
I got a -1. So I wanted to see, and that was a nice, simple power to try to cast, and just so I could actually feel it.
Basically, like your non-combat powers are going to be at a -4, and your sort of more combat powers are going to be at a -6. If you want to try them while this field is up, that's for exciting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not helping.
Well, I have an idea of how they're. If we're out here again, we need to do something like what we're up against, at least in here. So, I got the info that I wanted for now. It's not great.
Yep. And after the
not good news, but news.
Yeah.
After the. Oh, go ahead.
I don't start any more shit after this.
Yeah, and after the Broadkill leader kind of gets woken up and talks to his people. He kind of gives Barry's fish. He gives you a look, and then kind of does the thumb across the throat.
Okay.
You know, like
right.
Finger across
it's
the
sort of like, yeah, I get what you're doing. Let's keep it looking like we're not friends.
Yep. Exactly.
And then they kind of they go off into their corner for the rest of your kind of exercise time.
God, we have to ally. We were doing robbing trains, which was not very good, and now we're allying ourselves with demons or sub-demons anyway.
We were planning on doing that before anyway.
But hey, that's what we got to do. These are the resources we have.
Yep.
Necessity makes strange, broad fellow.
Yeah.
So, yep. After a little bit, you guys are led back to your little shack. You are led out first, and you would guess from the commotion that the Broadkill are led back to their second, and the Giants are the last.
Can we tell which one's which?
The ones you're pretty sure that the ones in the building north here. I'm going to switch you back to there. The ones in the building north of you are. You're pretty sure that's the Broadkill, and the one to the south are the Giants.
Fun. Much
so we'll
fun.
put you guys back in there.
Now we just have to figure out a way to
deactivate
turn off the generators and then just wholesale slaughter these people. Hopefully.
Oh, I'm afraid that the anti-magic fields will be quite operational when the jailbreak starts.
Indeed. So the cat stays out. The cat doesn't come in with you. It stays out in the area field for the time being.
All right, once we're all in here, I would have a little mind conversation with everybody. Like, what do they think how they're feeling right now with our chances, and what our next step should be? We know what we're up against, and we know we might have some. We probably won't have giants on our side, but you never know. They'll probably just do their own thing. If something does happen, I think we got the Broadkill. Will be helping us cause a distraction to break out of here.
They're at least willing to help you. They at least are willing to help you escape because they want to escape.
Exactly. We both went out of here, so
yeah.
They may eat you afterwards because
so many times. I don't know who we can trust, but if we're all aiming to get out, I suppose we trust them for now.
Mm-hmm.
Were we able to tell anything about the strengthen or weakening of the fields? Or is it just constant throughout the entire area?
It seems constant through the entire area. But again, like I said, it seems like it's an upward. It's almost like a cylinder. So once it's like an open-ended cylinder. Like it's like an empty glass of water. So like the top is open. Midnight's pretty sure if you could fly up, he could totally get out. And Midnight, I'm sure you're going to probably try to wriggle again. Why don't you athletics at -2 to try to wriggle your wings once you get back in?
Okay.
You kind of got a good idea on how to get him earlier.
If it doesn't work, I'm going to...
Couldn't we just help him?
I don't have any...
Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's only so much you can help. But no, you actually slip them off pretty well. You're able to like kind of move to such an extent. You can put them back on and take them off. It'll take you a full round, but you think that, you can pretty easily get them off and back on again.
So if you wanted to look like you were trapped, but you could just... Nope. Surprise.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Now, I know I can get up over the top, but...
What's that?
Still got to get rid of the field somehow.
Well, that's why I'm hoping that our cactus friend here can pull off a miracle and puppet one of these guards and have them go start shutting down the fields.
Well, has anybody spotted where the generator for this power might be? If I can get up there, I can take a shot at it.
Maybe the
They're in the houses. They are like in these little shacks.
Yeah. Oh, that's what those are.
Yeah, they're basically all guard shacks. You would guess they've got, they're big enough for like they're like an efficiency. They're like a 2-bed efficiency apartment. Like
you probably don't have to take out all of them.
No, because you got a few of them shut down. We might be all right. But I also want to see, just in case, because I don't know the full extent of Dr. Stone's abilities, but I want to ask her, and if she gives me a weird look, I'll know that I'm crazy. But have your cats figured out where the generators are?
And she would look at you very thoughtfully. Obviously, she's blind, so she's looking like 6 inches to the left of you. But she says, "Oh, I don't know if they've found any generators, but they're looking."
All right, keep me posted.
And she says, and this is, I'm assuming this is all through the mind link. She says, when it comes time to escape, I'm sure they can find some mouse. I'm sure they can find some mice.
Okay. Sounds good.
So you got the night kind of. It's getting to dark. It's getting dark.
Yep.
So exactly how much reduced is my regeneration? Out of curiosity.
It is. Do you have improved rapid recharge?
Yeah, I think so.
It is reduced to normal recovery. So 5 per hour.
Oh no, I just have regular rapid recharge.
You just have rapid recharge, so it's 2 per hour.
Okay, it's been most of a day since we got
here. As long as and I would get. I mean, you've been more or less resting, except for when you were crying. So, so yes, you should be in good. You should be okay.
Okay.
That's what 30. That's 30 points for your.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. It's been 50. It's been at least 15 hours. So yeah. So the old lady, she's going to ask if one of you would help her get into one of these beds. She's actually been sitting in the wheelchair for she's been able to get up and go to the bathroom periodically, but it's just tough for her to get up and out of the bed. So she would like a night's sleep. She kind of chuckles and says, it looks like you picked a fight with the right ones this time, Mr. Bates.
Indeed I have. I am learning.
And she says, I believe the dawn will bring us good tidings. Sleep tight. And she's just going to go to sleep. The cat that you recognize with the scarf is going to come in and actually like climb up on her bed and like sleep kind of near her feet.
Yep.
But in addition to that, several other cats kind of come and sleep under the bed. It looks like you don't know if again you don't. It doesn't seem like they're like necessarily like controlled by her or anything, but they just seem to really like her.
Yeah, she's got some sort of.
She's an old cat lady.
Yeah, she's an old cat lady. And there's something going on there. It maybe not be quite beast mastery, but yeah.
So, what would you guys like to do in the evening, or are you just gonna probably, get your rest?
Get as much rest as possible. I think one of us should probably at least stay awake just in case somebody tries to do something to us in the middle of the night. So, I'll take the first watch. Everybody else should get some sleep.
Okay. And we can, since you're keeping watch, we'll just assume that things go well. No one's really trying to hurt you right now. But you do keep watch, so you're Barry's fish actually kind of as it's getting to sort of the end of your watch, you definitely hear kind of a bit of a commotion outside and kind of the sound of several different like generators being kind of like turned on and some others being turned off.
Oh.
But it sounds like, some heavy mechanical work that's going on at various places around.
Interesting.
The morning comes. It is May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
1:10 PA. When you wake up, you hear more commotion. Sounds like they're moving. At least the giants to the outdoor area.
Since we kind of know their south, is there any maybe little tiny holes in the wall that maybe I can look out through and see?
Oh yeah. There's a couple holes. Why don't you just make a notice roll at -1, because you're kind of limited in your field of view.
That's a fail. I kind of want to get an idea what's going on here, so I'm going to try re-rolling that.
Okay.
A 6.
Yep. You can see that they're leading the giants out to the kind of the area, the outside yard. They seem all really irritated though.
Good.
So it's taking several of the guards. You can see that like the 2 guards that are in front of their area are kind of like going with them. And one of the guards from your building and one of the guards from the north building, you can see coming down to kind of like help. So they're kind of, let me get the giants here. And they're kind of following them with like tasers and stuff, zapping them, and they're getting angry, but like, they don't really seem to kind of realize what's going on. They don't seem to be that smart. So they're all gonna, let's see. They're all just gonna go out to that area. The guard, there's still one guard in front of your building and one guard in front of the Broadkill building. But yeah, the other two that went with the Giants do not come back right away. It would seem like they're basically just going there and they're going to wait until they come back in to help.
I'm gonna go towards these doors over here, and I'm gonna just talk out to the guard, and it's like, how did you get stuck with such a shit assignment? Herding fucking giant sheep.
And he says, if you got paid as much as I did, you wouldn't think it's a shit assignment.
I like money.
You're not fooling me. You're one of them cyberknights. You don't care about money. You care about honor.
I don't need it for myself. You can use that to help people. But
yeah, well, I help myself, and that's kept me alive. You help other people, and that's got you where you are.
Yep, I'm the idiot here. You're the victor. Congratulations, sir.
The old lady, Dr. Stone, is going to mention through the mind link. We're going to be able to we're going to have an opening soon. Not exactly sure what it's going to be, but it'll happen soon.
We'll be ready for
when it does. Don't leave me behind.
Sounds good. Let's get her a little closer to the front.
Here,
door.
I will actually. Let me see if I can give.
Yeah, I don't have control over her. So.
Yeah, let me get her code. Where is she? Dr. Henrietta Stone. Let's go to edit. Can be edited. All players. Sure. Cool. Can you move her now?
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, why don't you move her?
In case it's an opening in the back, I don't want to just be way close to the door, but at least a little closer. We could be going out the side. Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
She's going to say we're going to have to wait for little Kitty to come back. But be ready. And about an hour later, the kitty just kind of saunters in through the little hole in the ground, jumps up on her lap, and kind of starts, headbutting her chest like cats do.
I've gotten really good at pushing a wheelchair with my hands tied up. It's pretty.
Yes, well, and it's actually got it doesn't have like the two handles. It's got more of like a hip bar, so you could actually just sort of like walk behind it and it would push. It's almost like a shopping cart more than a wheelchair.
I'm getting good at it. I've got it figured out.
But she says, "Who's a good little kitty? Who's a good little kitty?" Did you? And I'm assuming Spike isn't bringing the kitty in on the
mind link.
None of the cats, but I'm assuming you're not. But
I tell everybody else, like, if we got to go in a hurry, I probably can't do this very fast still. So.
Yeah, we ought to find a way to get untied if we trying to make a break for it.
Well, I could try.
I got wings free, but
I could definitely try.
I'm a little small. I guess I could.
And only Buried Fish has his hands tied, and it's because of his psi swords. And Midnight only has his wings tied.
Is it tied? Is it tied? Or is it like some really good binders?
It's like clamps. Yeah, they're like plasticine bindings. Yeah, so they're not you can't really untie them. They appear to have a lock on them. They're not digital or anything. They know well enough not to use tech on you.
Yeah.
But you would guess if someone was strong. I mean, you would guess that the Broadkill are probably strong enough or have sharp enough claws that they could probably get them off for you. if they wanted to, if they were willing to. Otherwise, you're probably going to need keys. So
or just blast it off.
Yeah. So after about another 20 minutes, when the cat gets back, it kind of like jumps down and leaves back through the hole. And within a few minutes, you can hear a large commotion coming from the north building. The commotion of multiple large bodies throwing each other against the walls and beating each other up. Hollering and yelling, and most of it in languages that you can't understand, in a language you don't understand. But then you can actually hear like the cleaving of metal, like, you know, they're just like clawing their way through the walls. And when that happens, all hell breaks loose.
Good job, Kitty. They don't.
The first thing that happens is you hear an alarm being raised. Just a fairly common, you know, and the sound of many soldiers running up towards that north building. Looking out, you know, if you're one of you is probably looking out the door or through the holes, you know, you can see them running up and kind of surrounding this building. The guard that's outside of your building says, "Now I don't want any trouble from you guys. Looks like we're gonna have to find some more people to replace the Broadkill. I'd hate to do the same for you." And then, you know, he's going to kind of stand in front of the door a little bit, but just outside, you know, the little crack in the door, you can see Mayman his gun to the north. And at roughly the same time, where's my GM info and overlay? There we go. You, coming from the direction of the outdoor area, you can hear, "No! What? No!" And then big crashes, and then the giants basically just barge back through, and they're basically chasing the group of guys that led them out there.
Because they don't like the noise.
They don't like the noise. You are correct.
Yeah.
So they're just tearing up everything they can and trying to get at these guys, and these guys are trying to stun them, but it seems like they're yeah. So why don't we? I'm gonna start combat here because there's some combat happening.
Woo!
Where is objects?
It's going down.
It's going down.
I will have Dr. Stone go on Mel's turn.
Alrighty.
Just so we don't have to have that many. Okay, and need to grab one of these guys because they'll show up. They will eventually.
I'm guessing one of the androids, not androids, the cyborgs.
Cyborgs are basically following the giants, but the giants are standing right in front of the other soldiers, so the cyborgs are not inclined to use their railguns.
Well, that's nice of them. Also, they might shoot us.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, there's no back. There's a backdrop there. So that's everybody. Deal cards to turn order items.
And I
Okay.
take 2, take the worst one.
Yep. So Mary, you take a second. Yep, that is worse.
Darn, I was hoping for a joker.
Midnight got a queen. I don't think
Nope.
the cyborgs or anybody else have anything special. Let me make sure. I don't think the cyborgs have.
And yet I still go ahead of the
Yeah, they're
Of
too.
the,
They're like very confused about what's going on, and like, oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
we had one
I
job.
got a king.
We had one job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Slave soldier. Slave broadkill. And mountain giant.
So, Spike, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to puppet this fellow?
It's gonna be tough.
Well, let's
It's gonna be
see.
tough at -4 unless the things actually have gone
Yes,
down.
right now you still feel like that field is up, at least at this moment.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they have no idea what I can even do. That I'm even.
They have no idea.
So I'm just gonna go on hold.
Okay.
But
Let
we
me,
can't do anything right now.
Okay. I'm just going to drop you down a ways. Midnight. I'm guessing that since you haven't gone out, you probably haven't put back on your wing binding, so that's probably not something you need to worry about right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think hell's already broken loose. I don't need to pretend anymore.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem like the guard outside is even paying attention to you guys other than to say, hey, you know, you don't want to end up like these dead broadkill.
I want to say the same thing back to him, but I don't.
The only real exit is the door from the front. However, there are holes in the side. You could maybe, with a lot of strength or some help, you could maybe like make one of the holes bigger.
Could I try to sneakily grab this guy right outside our door and yank him inside? While the giants are sort of causing a commotion?
Where's the door locked? And
Why?
is there
The door is locked from the outside.
Aha. Okay.
go and hold.
That's why I was thinking like
Go and
the only
hold.
thing that we
Go and
could,
hold.
Yep.
any of us could
I'll
do,
go on
like,
hold.
Because Spike is like the only one who maybe stands a chance of
All right,
getting
buried
something
fish.
off.
I want to see if this anti-magic field is actually affecting my. Let's see. Never mind. I don't have that anyway. I want to yell out to this cat. Say like, "They're in here! How'd the broadkill get in here? Shit,
Okay.
dude, we're unarmed! Help!"
Okay.
Why don't you make a persuade roll? Actually, Dr. Stone is gonna gonna assist on that.
Yeah. Help! Yeah, scream. We got.
No, there's so I can't see it and he's eating me.
I know.
You are not very good at this.
She doesn't do a very good job,
No.
but you don't need the help.
She's going. They're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god!
So
Great reference.
That's her persuasion.
Yep.
you can definitely hear him like saying something over his radio, and then how'd they get in there? How'd they not to you, but over the radio, he can be like, how'd they get out? What's going on? And it will be his turn before anything happens, but you can definitely hear him kind of like fumbling with the lock on the outside.
So people with good fighting right next to the door.
Yep. Do I have any possible way to break these things out or anything? I just don't know.
Again, it's real. There really isn't a lot of ways out of those
hold
findings.
on. It uses a lock, right?
More or less, yeah.
So, isn't lock picking and repair? Or is that an actual
No, it's thievery.
skill?
I think that's thievery.
Yeah.
Darn it.
You could maybe take apart a lock with repair, but yeah, thievery is going to be lock picking.
Yeah, okay.
Lock picker.
Well, there goes my idea for getting that.
Yeah, you would guess if you can get this guy, he would probably have a key on him.
Yeah, that's...
You could also maybe try to cut your way out, but you're gonna risk, hurting yourself.
I'm not quite ready. Not that desperate yet. So what I'm going to do with the rest of my turn, I'm actually going to sort of hurl myself against these walls, like made out of like metal, corrugated metal, or whatever.
Yeah, they're core. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to hurl myself at the wall, enough to make a big like smash sound. I'm like not enough to hurt myself, hopefully, but just toss myself over there. Just help sell this.
Yep. And you can definitely hear the guy hurrying. He's like, hold on, stay away from them. They'll kill you.
I know.
So he's going to continue to do that.
Okay.
And then kind of as you're doing that, Buried's Fish, more or less from the building here, you can hear some sort of crunch crash and then like the whine of sort of like a generator powering down.
Need to herd the giants.
You can feel that. What's that?
Got to herd the giants in to break all these things to reduce our penalties.
Or actually, it's not that building. It's the building down here actually where that comes from. So I will put. I'll just draw. I'm just going to draw a line through that one.
Okay.
It sounds like a generator goes down. And you guys can all sort of feel for about a second, you can feel the field kind of weakening. And then it essentially kind of like something happens. You can hear the whine coming from another building. And it's like it basically a reserve one started up. To basically pick up the slack.
Okay. It's not going to last them long, hopefully, but
yes. Why don't you guys make a smarts roll?
I have some of that.
Okay. 8. 15 on the wild die. Go midnight.
Yes. So those of you that got the success would guess that there's some sort of backup system, obviously. Midnight, you would do the math in your head and figure that like there's 8 buildings outside. They each have a generator, and running the field requires 6 generators. So the commotion you heard the night before was them switching it over.
3.
So you would guess that, it's always got 6 running at any given time, but there are 8 of them in total. So one of them has been kiboshed, at least for the time being, but another kicked in.
So we need to destroy 2 more then.
All right.
So we
Midnight.
sneak in it.
I'm counting on you to trip this guy when he comes in. I cross the mind line. Pin him down and get his
So
key.
You got it, Your Highness.
the giants are going to they're just going to start throwing. I'm just going to throw rocks. Going to throw rocks.
I like rocks.
They're just picking up. They're picking up. Yeah, they're picking up stuff. 1, 2.
Oh my god!
So 2 raises and a hit. So raise.
Oh, geez,
It's 18. Hit. Raise.
They're also throwing crates and giant tires.
Yeah, I mean they're just throwing whatever they can get.
Oh shoot! Here goes like half the guys there.
Hopefully, yeah.
So that one gets hit and goes down. That one gets hit and goes down. This one gets hit and goes down, but the rock is enough to carry it like through the wall of this building.
That was the 27.
And you can
Another one goes.
yeah, that was the 38. Yeah, that was the last one. You can hear the a generator winding down, and much like the previous time, another one starts up almost immediately. But yeah, they're kind of like doing their giants are doing their thing.
Perfect.
Midnight, or Spike and Midnight are still on hold. So anytime you want to come on in, let me know.
Unfortunately, the cyborg's turn, which means the giants are probably going down.
I will go in. I will go now.
Okay.
I'm still not 100% sure what would be the best to do. Oh shit, the field's still up, right?
It is still up.
Yes.
So it would be a -6, but
you can stay on hold if you want to continue.
Yeah, I'll stay on hold. I forgot that the. Damn it! I forgot about
We need,
this.
we need at least one more to go down for the field to start weakening.
Yeah.
So the cyborgs are the two cyborgs, they're each gonna cut loose with their railgun on two of those giants.
How do they do? That's 2 hits. 3 hits.
That's a hit and a raise. Yep, they don't get a wild die.
Yeah.
But they are cyborgs, so they're not taking any recoil from those rifles.
No.
So there's a hit.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
And
one
a
of
raise.
them's dead.
Yeah, this first one is
What a raise.
done.
what a
And the
raise.
second one is going to also fire.
Oh, what a raise!
Mhm.
That's 3 raises. Yeah, there goes the other.
Oh, God.
Kablamo.
Those are
So
pretty
that
well
one's
damaged.
down. There's still one who's kind of rampaging. And those cyborgs are also going to, move up a little bit. They don't want to get too close to the giant. They're covered in armor, but they're not stupid. All right, broad kill captives. So let's see, they've got
Okay.
ace of 8.
Man, I won't be sad if they get slaughtered, but, I hope they can cause a distraction for a while.
Or just take out one of those things.
And I wouldn't also, out of character, mind having that awkward, like, he survived and, like, we have to let him go because, they helped us get out. And, like, not gonna kill an unarmed roadkill.
This guy, this broad kill actually like blasts through the wall, knocks this guy down. Looks like that the little bit that you can see through the wall looks like they were cutting a few spaces strategically to create like weak spots. This one's going to come out here. This one's also going to come out here.
Sucks to be that guy.
Surprised they're not invisible.
It's magic.
Yeah, you would guess that anti-magic is messing with their invisibility.
It must be.
And then the other 3 are going to burst out through the north side. You don't actually see that, but you can hear. Quick, they're out. All right. Mary, are you want to be on hold or?
I can't fucking do shit. Like maybe if I'm able to grab one of their guns when you hopefully knock this guy down.
Yeah, take his weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, cause I'm pretty sure I'm the one with the highest gunning, and that's pretty pathetic.
Yep.
So you want to be hold then?
It's the end of the round anyway. Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, the slavers still have to go.
I literally missed them.
Yep,
okay,
they're
then
coming
I guess
in.
I'll go on hold. Yeah.
Okay, so the top guys are going to they're just going to shoot with their rifles.
Miss.
Nope.
That's a miss.
None of them are, in the casualty range, so. A 6, that's a hit.
Oh, God.
18, that's probably enough to take one of them out.
That guy's down. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I hope, Jesus, that's tough.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's not. That's not enough. They're really tough.
Isn't
And they don't have
good,
any.
they
You're
are.
not actually having any like armor that they're wearing on there.
No, I believe they just have armored hide. They themselves have armored hide.
They do have that.
Yep. So how much penetration? Yeah, that would shake. Actually, that's just enough to shake that guy. I forgot about the armor penetration. Not that. Come on.
Come on, get the right symbol.
It's the which one is it?
Shake
that one?
That one, yeah.
Okay.
No. Action.
Next guy's gonna. That's third shot's gonna shoot at that guy. That is gonna get him.
Yep.
Another guy gonna shoot. That's gonna miss.
That's a hit. That's not even close.
Not enough. I'm just gonna do 3 in a row. 2, 3. So 1 hit.
18. That's a shake. Whoever. I have no idea where we are anymore, so.
Somebody's getting.
Bear with me. Yep. So this guy is gonna get. Let's see. How much is that? Yeah, that's just enough to shake. That's this guy.
Yep.
And then there's 2 more. 1 more to shoot.
If 18 is just enough to shake, then how?
That's not enough to get that guy. Now the guy outside of your deal. Actually, I'm going to do the guy at the south. I'm going to do the guy at the south here.
The one guy.
He's running away.
Yeah.
Good. He's like.
He's not even actually. He's gonna run. He's gonna run. So let's see how much extra he can get with that run.
1
more inches.
Shock should be.
So, but he's running away.
It's the smartest one of them all.
Then the slaver outside your door is going to. He's going to, basically unlock the door. And when he does, he's going to slide it open because it's those, Quonset doors, slide it open. And he's going to aim towards the back of the vehicle, the building, and not see anybody, but he used his turn. So the 3 of you that are on hold, how would you like to proceed?
Gang up on him.
Drag him in here.
I feel like I want to try to disarm him. Is that possible?
Yeah.
I'm going to go first, and I have enough points. The field's still up, right?
Yes, it is.
I don't want to waste the turn, so I'm going to try and cast speed on everybody. That will be good regardless if the field is up.
You can pump points and get bonuses.
If you spend all your points, you can turn that. You can turn that from a -6 into a -4.
Oh god, it's still -6.
Well, you said it was combat was -6 and other stuff was -4, so I don't know speed.
And speed is the combat. I mean,
you're gonna count.
Speed is haste. I'm gonna say that's combat.
Okay.
It's not passive. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
God, is it worth trying? I mean, I have a +1 natively, so technically it's only a -3.
And you get a reroll for free.
Free reroll.
Yeah. Let's try it. Fuck it. Let's do.
So you're gonna do it. How many people? Who's the people?
I mean, who all's in with me here?
Everybody on our side. If you count the lady, there's 4 other targets.
4 other targets? Okay, so
total of 5 people. So
that'll be 6, 10, 14. Let's see. And while we're at it, let's just go the whole fucking 9 yards because I only end up spending 1 if I fail anyway. So
yeah. It's just 1 point for you. That's literally
Probably
3.
3 when
Yeah.
he's for the bonuses
Well,
for
actually, if you're using the
Master Psionic, then that
Right,
major
I know.
psionic
It'll
thing.
cost me 5 because I have to pay the 2 for that. But yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Nope.
I'm gonna give it as it'll be so full of bells and whistles it'll be tacky as fuck. Let's go with so it'll be
Speed,
10.
exalted quickness.
So yeah, 2, 6, 10. Then we're gonna add greater speed for 12. And we're gonna add or greater speed rather. So that'll be 12. Then I'm gonna add shroud for 13 and hurry for 14.
Okay. I'm assuming you're trapping the shroud as sort of like an after image kind of.
Plus 4 for the +2 to the roll. So
yeah,
it'll be
we'll be moving so fast it'll be harder for to see
That's
this.
yeah. I just
Yep. That's
yeah,
the
just
idea.
for the trapping. Yep. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay, let me get.
So it'll be 18 points if I succeed and 5 if I fail. So let's just add trait modifier of -3.
Actually, to add -4 because the +1 is already in there.
That's true. Fair point.
Yeah.
That is part of my native psionic roll.
It's just part of the skill.
Yep. Okay. All right, guys. Let's
hope you got a
see what
free
the
reroll.
dice have in store for us today.
I'm expecting crit fail.
Yeah, pretty much.
With the -4 included.
We got.
So
Okay, so
all right, hang on. Let me go through everything that now happens. Okay. Because it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So now everybody's has an additional +2 to their pace for hurry. Then that pace is doubled. What is it? And you don't roll your run dice. You just run maximum dice result possible. And you all have nimble. The edge nimble.
What is that?
it is just a -1 to be attacked. It's a -1 to hit from all attacks.
Does that stack with the shroud?
So
Yeah, it does stack with the shroud. Yes, it
So
does.
you are
because
now
they're
have
two different
you all
events.
everybody now has -2 to hit them.
oh my god.
Everybody now has no multi-action penalties. And yeah, so you can all you have 2 additional things added. I know I said this earlier, but I just want to make sure how much everybody can move right now. Everybody now
I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, everyone now has base pace, which is then doubled, and you have your maximum run die at all times. And you take no penalties to running. So,
Well, fun.
so with your teleportation belt, you can go pretty far, Mary.
I wish I had it.
Oh, that's right, they took it, of course.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay,
I
but
do
you got
have-
that. You got that roll. Do you want to move any, Spike?
Nope.
You can move away from this guy without taking an attack of opportunity. He doesn't seem to be focusing on you at all. And he has absolutely no way of knowing that you cast any sort of ability.
So
I'm just kind of following everybody else, but I wanted to be helpful. Oh, and -18. -18.
All right, so midnight.
Wow.
So you have 3 actions.
Wow.
So you have 3 actions. You can move. What's your base pace normally? 6?
Everyone is going to be moving at a pace of 16 plus 12 run.
There you go. So everyone can now
right,
run
maybe-
28 inches with no penalty.
I was started with a base pace of 8, so.
Oh, you started a base pace of 8, so you're at 20 plus
Yep, there you go.
16 for your run.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's my run die is a D10, so that's maxed out at 10.
Oh, your run die's a D10. Okay, so 20 and 20, so 40. Shit.
I'm gonna be fast.
Hoo-wee.
So.
Well, I guess the first action will be turning on my electrical aura.
Okay, and you will be able to do that. That doesn't take a roll, correct?
Yep, that's no roll.
So you will be able to do that without any sort of penalty. You'll just be able to do it. Yeah.
Great.
Oof.
And I think I just want to try and disarm him.
So what you will do is you'll do a fighting attack against him. It'll be -2 because you're attacking the gun.
Sure.
And then if you hit, then he has to try to keep it basically.
Yep.
Wow. All right, here we go.
And you can, I guess you could try to disarm twice.
Oh my god.
Did you crit fail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh shit.
Although you wouldn't have had that -2 probably.
No, that's just a size penalty from going in the
Why don't you make a bigger roll or suffer some bumps and bruises? You're trying to go for his gun, but he basically you're going for it, and he just moves it the wrong way, and he smacks you in the head with the buttstock.
That would be a 4 overall. I don't think this would have a -2, unless you think it would.
So your vigor is you passed the vigor check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stepped AFK for a second, so. Okay, so you can still do the second. It doesn't stop your turn to do the crit fail.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Try it again.
I'll try it again. Yeah.
You got 2 more tries.
You're fast.
Can't get worse.
11
There we go.
-2 is 9. That's a raise.
I believe that is a raise. Yeah, I think. Give me just a second. I'm pretty sure their parry is only 5. They're not.
It's a raise on the fighting
badass.
roll. It's a raise on the fighting roll at least. But a 9, if they only have parry of 5, that's a raise there too.
Yep. So let's see what the disarm. Forgot exactly how disarm.
Does he roll damage? Then it's a strength roll against that. As to how
disarm. Attacker must for his object. Yes. Roll damage normally. So you would just make a strength check because you don't have any special weapons.
Okay.
19.
Shit.
He hit that really hard. That's the target number for his. He makes a strength roll against that. I believe.
Yep. So we will do a strength roll against that.
Nope.
He got a really good group check.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. And that's actually a fail. So if you got a raise and he got an actual 1, you can grab the gun if you want.
Just take it instead of knocking.
I sure do.
You don't necessarily have to use it. It's a stun gun. If you need to actually use it, we can kind of freewheel on that.
Shoot.
I think I'd probably rather.
Yeah, basically all you're going to need
is my power points. I will drain it for some more.
Wait, no,
Word, yeah.
I can use it, dude.
Oh, that's true. I could hand it over.
Yeah.
You don't have anything. I will do
So
that.
let's
I will
go
give
with,
the stun gun to Mary. Toss it to her.
I am going to. I'm going to just put the fist on him because he doesn't have a gun open right now.
Yep.
And then after all that,
Yeah. If you're tossing it to Mary, why don't you, if you're going to toss it to Mary, why don't you just make an athletics roll? Just no penalty or anything.
Okie
Yep.
Throw.
Nope. Mary catches it just fine.
No.
Hooray.
In a surprisingly cool move.
All right, Mary.
Stun this guy so we can take his key.
Yeah,
Can I
okay.
still move? Oh no, I guess if I move, he could attack
He's
me.
kind of in
He
the
could,
way.
yes. Now that you have actually taken his gun, he is.
Just going to move so that I have, just direct line of sight and just start shooting
Yep.
him with 3 fucking shots.
This guy's
So yeah, just roll shooting. You won't get any bonus or penalties, and the actual effect itself is not a damage effect. So.
right, then shooting number 1. That's a hit. So just
Okay,
roll all
let
the
me.
shooting.
Figure.
No, I will. Yeah, I will just. He's out.
Okay.
All right, get these freaking kids off of me.
Can I use the rest of my turn to just find his keys and unlock?
For the purpose of this, yes, you're kind of enclosed, and you only use one shot. Yeah, you got enough speed. We will allow that for now.
And we have a lot of speed. Jesus Christ.
Yes, exactly. Yes, if it were a different situation, maybe not. But
you might be able to just get the key this time. You might actually be able to start trying to unlock it this time.
Yeah, well, actually, make a notice roll. Make a notice roll.
Okay.
If you get a raise, you will be able to grab it quickly enough to unlock buried fishes. If you don't, then you will at least have the key.
Okay. Notice. Not a raise. God damn. All right.
But you at least have the key. You're able to grab it right away, and you'll be able to hand it off when you need to.
All right.
All right. Well, that's the end. So we will do
more cards.
So Mary Arkham.
I draw another card that is almost certainly to be worse than this one. Not much
I think you
worse.
still go first.
Yeah, dang.
Okay, so buried
okay.
fish.
Would you like to hold for me to just unlock your?
Yeah, but I'm gonna wait.
It's just an action.
Yep.
It's just an action to unlock. Yeah, we'll just say it takes one action.
I'll go and hold until I get free.
Okay. In which case, it's my turn, and I unlock.
Okay. What would you like? Do you want to do anything with your second actions?
You
have 2 more.
Let's see here. I could probably just like poke my head out and start shooting these guys. Or do you guys want to?
If you'd like to do that, that's. Let me make sure that that's in range.
I think if I would say we should see if we either sneak out of here or cut a hole in the back and try to disable some more. Hasten the speed.
Oh wait, no! I'm going to loot the rest of this guy's guns because you said they had other guns as well. Actual
yes, they did.
Ones. I'm going to do that.
Yes, dude, that's a good.
They have a pulse rifle, like a laser rifle, a vibro knife, a neural mace, and it appears like he's got 4 stun grenades.
Oh, yeah. Get as much of his stuff.
So if you want to clear off his body, then we'll just say that takes the rest of your turn.
Yeah, that's the rest of my turn, and I claim the laser rifle as mine. Someone else can take this freaking stun gun.
Okay.
I will take the stun gun then. I don't know if I'll use it, but
all right. Buried fish, you are unlocked. You have been.
I have the vibro knife. I'm sorry, I was on.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
You know.
Pass that over.
And if you need to add something to your weapons or something, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll just assume. I feel like you probably got a vibro knife already.
Yeah, we can do what we need to do if we actually need to use any of those. Well. So I say, front or back? Like, just real quick to try to get it. Like, are we gonna go out the front, or do we want to try to like cut a hole in the back? As I say back, I'm gonna activate my side sword. Hopefully, it'll come on.
At the minus.
Yes, and it will come on. There's the things that don't require a roll, psychic abilities that do not require a roll are just going to be you're going to activate them.
Oh. Oh shoot!
So if it's a psychic ability like the Psi Sword or the like Midnight's Aura, those things you can activate without making rolls since they're innate abilities. There may be circumstances that diminish their power.
Well, they can't take away my cyber armor, so I will also activate that.
Nope.
We just need one more generator destroyed.
Yeah. So there's a lot of crap going on right outside here.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I guess. Do you want to wait for Dr. Stone to do some stuff? Because she's on your turn.
Well, yeah. Can she do anything that's useful for us? Because I'm also thinking if necessary, I will try to cut a hole in the back wall and we can go out that way. and to deactivate some of these other generators ourselves if we have to. I can cut them apart.
I was able to speed her up too, right?
Yes.
Yes. I put the foot on everybody.
Super fast grandma.
Super fast grandma in a wheelchair. Yep.
Well, now we don't have to make sure you come with us because you're going to be breaking some laws.
Yeah. If she can get us out the back somehow, put a hole in the wall. If she's got any way to do that, or anything else she can help us out with.
She can't get you out in the back, but she says if you wait just a second, we can maybe do something to fix this problem. She says through the mind link, and she's not going to do anything.
The cat.
But from the south, you hear the sound of some crashing and some crunching, and
it's a giant demon cat.
Yeah, not a giant demon cat. Yes.
It's a shapeshifter. It's a dragon.
Well, no, not giant demon. Well, who knows? Who knows? Like,
it's Fletcher Aerosmith. And
so let's see.
No.
They've got one of the you hear a kind of a whining down from below, and you can hear them shouting from the south, and you can feel that your ability to activate your powers is returned to some extent. The magic abilities you're still going to have a penalty to, but your psychic abilities are having a lesser penalty. So your basically your magic abilities are still going to be at a -8 to activate, just in general. Your psychic abilities are decreased in penalty by 2. So passive abilities now are only a -2 to cast, and combat abilities are -4.
All right. So
you're not exactly sure what happens, but yep, she's wheeling towards the back.
She's wheeling towards the back, huh?
Yep. If you said go out the back, she's willing to go out the back.
After I feel all that, I was like, maybe actually we're gonna go out the front. Don't leave her behind. I can go 40. I'm gonna run around the outside of the building so fast they won't even see me to this back building over here and go inside and just chop up the regenerator.
Yeah, just like you're just gonna just. Good luck just seeing you.
Do which one now?
It's a 17 to that square.
Oh, he's just sure. I don't need to go through the back. I'm just gonna go.
Nope, I just ran around the front because I'm super fast. Get my max speed. So.
Oh yeah, you got 40. You got 40 pace. You got more than enough.
That was just barely over. That was like maybe 25 to get there, and then I will hack the crap out of this generator with my side sword.
That was 25.
That was 17. It was 17 to here. So
17.
25. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can totally just come over here on your second attack and blow up that one too.
I probably could. Let's do that. That's enough.
So you're okay. So just
if you think I can go into that building, smash the generator, and then continue running.
The doors are open on all of the buildings because it looks like the people who are in them, came out.
Actually, I will probably get away from the guards up here, so I'll go south for the second one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That should be enough.
Yep.
You'll be able to see what happened in the southern one, maybe.
Yeah. It's just. Can I see anything down this far south one that went out?
Yeah, actually, you do. Give me just a second.
Oh, hey, there's another guy.
You see a guard. Shit. Give me just a second. Hang on.
Oh, it's a
Running
guard.
the fuck away.
It's somebody we know.
The guard just pops out. There's just kind of a guard that's like leaving the building and actually kind of like coming your direction. But it doesn't seem to have any problem with you. Doesn't seem to be aiming a gun at you, and seems to be moving pretty quickly.
Pop it.
It's somebody.
And
it's somebody. No.
and just kind of gives as you're running through the door, as you see them, they just kind of give you a nod. You can't see who they are, but it's definitely a woman. You can see like a long ponytail coming out from underneath the helmet.
So,
but you are able to take down 2 more of those. So psychic abilities are now unimpeded. Magical abilities are at a -4.
-4 still. Darn.
Yep.
Is that the cage?
But you can feel. What's that?
Is that the cage? That'd be amazing.
So let's see. Captive mountain giant saw its friends get killed. Where is my captive mountain giant? Where is my captive mountain? That's not a normal mountain giant.
That's a champion. It is the last giant.
Well, just yeah. So it's going to. It is going to pick up. It is going to pick up a soldier.
Of course it will.
And use it as a giant club. And oh shit, I should probably turn off this turn off the grid. Sorry, I had the grid on, but
that's all right. Made it work.
Shouldn't have mattered. So he's going to try to attack that guy and not hit.
Sad.
But at least it's close enough to it that it can't use its railgun on him.
No, not without stepping back and provoking.
Broad kill captives. This one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. It's going to go there. There. So we'll try to unshake for the one that's succeeds. So he's also going to go to this one here because he's not shaking anymore. So that's 5 attacks. So we'll just go from top to bottom. That's a hit and a raise.
Oh, God. Terrible damage.
Next one. That's a hit, I believe. Let me make sure. Yeah, they're at 6. So that's just a basic hit. But that one's dead.
Ooh.
Cleaves him right through. And I'll just do the next ones down the line. So top, that's not a hit. That's not a hit. And that's not a hit. None of them hit.
Okay.
But they're snarling and they're at least occupying these guys. Midnight! You have a vibroblade and your wings are free and there's crazy going on.
Pretty damn fast as well.
And you can use
although you can't just remember the speed still doesn't count for the flight.
Right.
Right.
You want to go over, just run over to one of those cyborgs and drain them dry?
I was kind of thinking something along those lines.
They're the biggest threat to us.
I would not be near the giant if I were you.
The cyborgs are the biggest threat to us.
Oh, I do.
Because they got those fucking rail guns.
Yeah.
I can reach that. Yep, I will go try and drain him.
And they have a -2.
So I will.
So that would be helpful.
Let's see. How do I want to do this? I want to try to drain him, and if I don't completely drain him, I'm going to attack with the vibroblade.
Okay. You would guess that it's going to be difficult to hurt him with just a vibroblade.
Yeah, but I'm overconfident, so I think I can do it.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah,
you know what, dude?
Benny.
Yeah, that's
Benny for that. Benny for that.
Play the hindrance. It's a bad idea, but you don't know any better. Yeah,
Yep.
That's a great idea.
That is an amazing idea.
I will run over there. Try the drain first.
So it's a touch attack?
Yep. Fighting +2.
As an action, the Zapper can roll a psionic skill to drain the electrical energy from whatever he touches.
Yep. So it's fighting +2 to make sure you actually touch him, since he's moving around.
Oh, actually, yeah, the psionics. Okay, the psionics. Let's see. Hang on. Okay, so the psionics roll actually acts as the fighting roll.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's the way it
okay.
works. But that's okay. I mean, because I think you have to touch either that or you have to touch him and then do the psionics roll.
In the past,
What do you think?
That's how we usually do it.
In the past, we did it 2
It's
separate
like
rolls, but I don't know. We could just add it to the psionics roll, but
let's do 2 separate rolls.
so you
Let's do
because the raise effect, makes it too easy.
Okay.
The full
So that is not going to be a hit.
Okay, I will
use that, Benny? Yeah.
Oh, touch him.
There you go.
That is a hit. So you will make your psionics roll.
Okay. Oh,
And there's no bonus on that, but still a 10 will drain him completely. So it basically, like, you can see like the lights in its eyes go out, and with your experience, you would know that it's not like you didn't shut down all of its systems, but the only thing that's running is its its basic life support to keep it alive.
Yeah, for his brain.
Someone plug him in.
And his spinal cord.
So I will try to stab his brain with my vibro blade.
They're going to coup de grace or whatever.
If you want to just do a coup de grace, we can just roll damage as a raise.
I wasn't sure if it would actually affect him or not, but
I mean, you know enough about why don't you just you can roll an attack, but we can do damage as a raise because you're still going to have to hurt him, but he's not trying to dodge you at all. So his parry is 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Which basically means don't roll a 1.
Yep, you got a raise, so that's strength plus D6. No, strength plus D6. With armor piercing 6.
Strength.
The problem is you have to explode mightily in order to actually get to it.
Right.
Because he's a combat.
That's actually a raise, so 23, that is enough.
Yeah. I told
He's got
you
26 total, but 10 of that's armor, so 20. That's shaken.
And 20.
Actually, no, that's not, because they can't be shaken.
No.
But you've done enough damage that he's not getting up anytime. He's not going to get up. He's not going to get up at all. We'll say that.
Well done.
All right. Spike, you are free to do whatever the hell you want.
Yep. You can feel that, there's still some distortion, but it's not messing with your psychic abilities anymore.
Okay. Man, I can pretty much go anywhere I want to with all this speed.
Yeah, you can just
go anywhere, do anything.
The
world is your oyster.
Go anywhere. Let's see. Is anybody in trouble right now?
We're all ran really far away, so I don't know. Nobody said anything.
I don't think they know anything about us. Like those of us
it's
in
too
here
chaotic. It's very
safe.
unlikely they even know we're free running around doing stuff right now.
Okay.
To be fair, Midnight will probably get shot at by these 2 guys down here.
One of them's running away though.
Yeah,
possibly.
true.
Yeah, I mean this here. Hang on, let me put a
fear or something on the one that's running away. That'll work.
Whatever. That'll he's just running away. We should maybe get some arrows, like some arrow special icons. But yes, okay, Brandon. Yeah, you're.
Yeah, I'm just. I feel like Spike doesn't have a very clear grasp on what if he needs to do anything or not. So he's kind of just like wandering around.
At super
Chaotic battlefield.
Need
Like
a,
Groot at the beginning of Guardians 2.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
yep.
I mean, I've done a lot to already to help you guys. So I kind of want to just like, let's see.
Put armor on yourself and stuff. You can put armor on yourself because you are completely defenseless, basically.
That's true. Fair point to the little girl. I will cast. Oh, I don't know if I want to. It would be really bad to lose all that from a fucking critical hit.
Yeah, it's true.
Critical fail, I mean.
You roll way more than any of the rest of us for some reason.
Uh-huh. It's because
He is unlucky.
Even his lucky characters, though.
But he's cursed.
I'll try it. I'll put on deflection and protection.
With all the bells and whistles.
No, I'm just gonna cast intangibility and that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
That's all I care about.
Okay.
I'm listening to ELO in my tripping brain. I don't know that's what it is. It's just, hey, welcome to the human race.
Said the cactus.
Yeah. So no negatives now. It's just
Nope. Yep.
I will cast the exalted one.
We're getting
Greater intangibility.
We're almost to 1 o'clock, by the way.
Yep.
And yes,
Oh.
if we need to, we're getting close.
So
So
this will cost me 8, and that's all I'm
I think
gonna.
I have some extra time.
you do.
We got
Okay.
pushed back an hour, I think, before we have to leave. So.
Okay.
That's fine. I don't need to reduce damage from supernatural attacks by 8. I can live with it being reduced by 4 for now.
We'll just use that symbol for your.
Yep. So I am.
I should get a ghost.
Yep. I'm just
Oh,
ghosting.
there's a ghost.
No, there isn't. I should get a ghost symbol for that intangibility. That would work.
And I can speed around. And since I have intangibility, I decided that I'm gonna like slide around like I'm on, socks.
Yep.
Socks on a roller skating rink, just
Like Tom Cruise in Risky Business.
kinda, yeah. So I'm just gonna like. I'm just going through this shit because I can. This box can't get in my way, or this whatever place. I'm just walking through it. Hey, and I'll just end there. That's my turn.
Okay. So we got one cyborg. He's gonna try to. In his offhand, he has a vibro greatsword. He's not ambidextrous, so this is going to be a -2. He's going to try to attack that giant. I think that's going to be enough. Yep, because their parry is 7, so that's just enough for a hit.
That is not very much damage.
No, it's not.
It's not
And
for a
that's
giant.
not enough to. Yeah, it just pisses off the giant. But Cyborg doesn't want to run away because doesn't want to get smashed by a rock.
Yeah. Why would
So soldier slavers, take some shots. I'll just do a bunch of them all at once so we don't have to count. 1, 2.
Nope. Yeah.
It's a hit. Not enough.
29.
Actually, no, that's
19.
That's enough to shake.
Oh wait, no, they can't because they're all in. Oh wait, no, it's this guy.
I'm doing the two they're shooting. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Then the rest of them are gonna vibro knife. That's fail.
That one stabs himself in the foot somehow.
He drops it. He's unarmed.
Good job.
Poor guy.
That's not going to be enough, I don't believe. I think they got 7. No, they got 6. So that's going to be enough of a hit, enough to damage, not enough to hurt.
No.
So then we'll go vibro knife, vibro knife.
Nope.
Maybe
6 parry.
No, they're at 6.
Okay.
Running away guy is going to stop running away and shoot. These two guys down here are going to shoot at the giant. Hitting a raise.
That's a decent amount of damage there.
That giant is 24. He is shaken from that first shot. Second one, just a basic hit. Not enough.
And no.
Nope. So that's what they do. Back to the top.
New round of cards. Cyborg's got a Joker. No. There's only one least. But that could be bad for Midnight.
Midnight
Gets
3.
A king.
I should reroll.
I got you yours.
Oh.
Or wait a minute. What did you do first? What was your first one?
It was a 2 of hearts.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. I missed that.
One. Definitely keeping that
You can
one.
just change it.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
I messed that up. But I think you're at the bottom, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep. Fucking Joker. God dang it.
All right. Cyborg is... this guy is still shaken. So the Cyborg is going to attack him twice with the Vibro Greatsword. So it's still going to be a -2 each of those attacks. Yeah. So it's just a -2 overall. So that's going to be a raise.
And that's not
enough.
Even with the +2. And the second attack.
That's a hit. And it's still not enough.
They're tough.
And he kind of screams in the face with his overpowering speaker.
He is the last giant. He will not fall.
Spike?
Oh.
Speedy intangible.
Yep. Intangible. But you didn't think, so I command you to. Which is puppet.
What are you puppeting? Are you going to puppet the Cyborg?
I don't think I can.
Actually, you really can't puppet the Cyborg for the most part.
Really?
Nope.
Huh.
I mean, it's like you could, in Palladium Rifts, it's impossible to affect cyborgs with psychic. It isn't the same here, but I would say it's probably going to be difficult to try. There's not.
Really?
They're more machine.
I'll just go on hold.
Yeah, the original. I don't know. I don't know how I would roll if I was running it, but they're still.
I just look at the more machine.
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
So whatever more machine penalty causes would.
I concur with the idea that I can. So I'm not going to fight on that.
More machine than man.
Okay, so you're going to go on hold.
I'm just going to go on hold. Yep.
All right. Midnight. After
really
midnight.
Now, so I'm going to just saunter on over and try to drain this sideboard too.
You will get a +1. Or no, you won't, because that guy's still shaking. So you will not get any bonus for that. But
the first thing I'm going to do actually is cast Deflection on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and drain him.
Okay.
Will that stack with everything else Actually, yeah, it does.
Yes.
It says it does.
It'll stack with all the the other two, nimble and
-6 to hit. Fuck you. I don't care if you're about a joker.
Good enough for me. Okay. Touch first.
that is going to be a hit.
And
So you will definitely be able to attempt your.
See if we can drain
Draining?
this sucker. Ooh,
I
I'm gonna
roll
try
that.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really
I'm raining.
I
I'm
believe I
raining.
almost warm it up. Clear.
Yay!
Double. 4
Half
and up.
drained?
That's
Half drain.
that's half of him drained.
Well, are you going to try again, or are you going to keep it there?
Well, because the stabbing seemed to work last time, even though it was under different circumstances, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and. No, I didn't declare that, so I will try to drain with my last one. See if I can get them all
Okay.
the way gone.
All right. So another touch attack.
Just add 2.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
and that is with the 11 will be a raise. I mean, it doesn't matter, but definitely hit him.
Come on, come on.
Yeah!
And that's a raise. There we
That's
go.
it, right?
That is it.
Sucking it up.
Well,
I am
5
going
points
to
back.
make a spirit roll. Yep. The mountain giant realizes you're a friend.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh.
Oh,
You don't. Yeah, I mean, you realize pretty quickly that he sees you as a friend because he looks straight at you and then just turns to face. Turns in the direction of all of the other fighting.
He didn't
Spike.
immediately eat you, so he must really value your friendship.
Are you going to continue to stay on hold, Spike?
Yeah, I was gonna swoop in and help him if he needed it, but I'm dancing. I'm a dancing fool.
No,
So
giant.
the mountain giant is still shaking,
We can move.
but he can move. But he did get a crit fail on that unshake, so he's only going to move half pace.
Oof! Ouch!
He's kind of staggered a little bit. He's kind of punch drunk. He's punchy.
He's just going to walk straight through. Straight through Spike. He doesn't even notice. It's a
All right,
plan.
Spike.
Just walk through.
Tell me what. I'm just going to continue to move you down
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so for the one broad kill that's
Run.
shaken, we will unshake.
Maybe.
Did it go through? Oh, I didn't push the button.
good.
No,
No.
did not.
No.
So he's still shaking, but he's just going to stay there and growl. And then we've got 4 more broad kills. So I'll just attack with them.
Wow,
They
these
don't
two over
have-
here are just a pair of failures. One just drops his knife, the other just can't.
Can't even.
Okay, they are not doing good to this round.
This one is going to just be shaken because he got a crit fail. I'm not going to mess with anything extra there.
Okay. And
Nope.
wow,
So
yeah.
they're keeping him occupied.
Oh,
Soldiers are going to they still don't realize that Buried's fish is doing anything.
he's just so fast. He can't. It's just a blur.
All right, so those
Oh,
two
yes,
top ones are going to
Ron.
shoot that guy. 1, 2.
Nope.
So the first one, innocent bystander.
Oh
boy.
dear!
Oh no! This poor guy. He is so unlucky. You
He's
shot
not
Kenny.
dead because they got cauterized, but that's okay. All right, the south guy is going to also take a shot. Nope. And then the final 3 are going to do vibro knife. Nope.
No. No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Okay. Barrett's fish.
A cavalcade of failures for them.
Barry's fish. Well, I think my friends have got things under control. Do I need to break any more of these or not?
Yes, please. It's -8 for me still.
No, it's -4 for you now.
Oh,
It's -4.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
Basically,
and
each of
also-
them counts for a -2 once you get them down to normal. So
there's 3 left though. But
So-
one.
or there are 3 left, but the last one is essentially irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's
Nah.
enough. It's enough that you can notice it, but it's probably not even enough to keep mosquitoes away.
All right. Well, first thing, I will run into this shed, smash that one for an action,
Okay.
and then I'm going to. I should be able to make it to just into this one, I think.
With your, 40 base? Oh, you're
Not
just close.
quite. I don't think it's quite. Yeah, I think you'll be able to get into the door, but not quite to the back of it.
What if he runs?
I'm running on it.
Well, he is running. He's got 40
Oh,
total.
Where'd my-
Oh, yeah, because it's automatically running.
Yeah, I can't quite. So instead of running into that building,
You're just going to start slashy these guys?
yeah, I'm gonna help my roadkill quote unquote heavy quote friends. I'm going to. These guys are armed with what all right now?
They are armed with laser rifles.
Is that size sword
Laser pulse
worthy?
rifle.
Yep. And for future reference, I discovered this. The unarmed only counts if you are fully unarmed. So even if you have a rifle, you're technically counted as armed,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can
Yeah.
block
even
it.
in melee.
Yep. Even a melee. I would totally.
You can block a sword.
Someone asked that on the officials, so.
It makes sense.
So I don't think these guys are worthy enough for me to use my psi sword on. I don't think it's in my nature that I wouldn't be able to, by the code, use my psi sword against these guys currently. They're just they've not proven.
The fact that, yeah, they're technologically oriented and you're kind of already having a superior advantage, yeah, you probably wouldn't.
That's why I'm not going to use my weapon against them. I'm going to cut his gun in half instead.
Okay. That'll just be a -2 to your attack, and that's it.
This is a miss. I'm going to reroll that.
Oh, yeah. So roll your damage. We're going to say hardness 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yep. You got 15, so that's enough
It's a
to
little over.
at least that's enough to damage it. It's not broken, but it is damaged. So I will put we'll put that sword on there just to show he's got it's broken, so it'll be at a -2, I think. I think that's what the broken is.
It could be like the
Breaking objects.
yeah, you could use that as the level 2 glitch.
Yeah, I think that's Let me make sure, because I think broken objects, there's
It's equivalent of that. Those rules kind of aren't quite aligned.
kind of yeah. If a damage roll exceeds, oh no, actually it is broken. Nope, it's sliced in half.
It can't be used.
It is just sliced in half. So now he is unarmed.
Well, I'm gonna tell him he should tell his friends to run, or these roadkill are gonna eat you.
Get on out of here.
And he's not going to tell his friends to run. He's going to say, "The field is down."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well,
But
that's fine.
Been down for a while, dumbasses.
he's not gonna run away. He's still gonna kind of face you, and he's gonna it's not their turn, but you know.
Okay, if he wants to be brave, I gave him a chance.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot
Okay.
of money.
I will.
Oh, you're doing.
You're gonna go.
Yeah. Can I see how big? How big is a large burst template? I can never picture it.
Oh, that's fine.
It's 6 inches across in diameter.
Okay. Cool.
Go
I
to
assume I assume medium is 3.
You said large burst template?
It's 2, 4,
Yes.
and 6 for small, medium, and large.
Are you
Okay.
going to
I
wipe
think
out
I
this area?
will. Think I'm going to cast Slumber here, and I will take out the.
You'll do selective.
Selective, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And then I will skate on over here. I have so much movement, right? I mean,
Skating.
Yeah.
Skating
I have,
as
what,
in
8? I have 20 something.
You don't. Your small doesn't reduce your pace at all, right?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure my pace.
I think it said that the speed thing increases the base.
My pace is
anyway.
6.
Yeah.
So.
Your pace thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
you're not. I wasn't sure if
16
small affected it.
And how big's the run die again?
6. So 12. 12. You'll get extra 12 for your run die.
Right. So I can move 28 inches. Great.
Yep.
So yeah. So
That's
I'm
pretty
gonna drop the slumber on these fellers. Then I'm gonna
Okay.
skate on over here, and I'm gonna drop the slumber on these fellas.
Aw.
Okay.
Hey.
And
Go to sleep.
then I will skate. So let's see. This is 13. It's like 14 to get over here. 13 and a half. And then. Damn, I can't quite make it back over here. Okay. Then I'm just going to go down here to hit these guys. And then I'm going to skate up to
Next to midnight.
next to midnight and dance with him. And I bet he dances with me a little bit.
All right. So let's.
You're
Well,
right.
why don't you do the first roll?
Oh, yeah. First round.
I will have them group save against both of these if that's okay with you, just to save time.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, why didn't I grab Slumber? Fuck. Okay. Slumber.
Doing the greater slumber.
Area of effect is plus 3 points, and greater is plus 1 if you want it.
Yes. So it's going to be.
You want greater because that means -2 to there.
2 plus 3 plus 6, 7 for selective.
Yep. There we go. 7 for selective. And I will just drop that. Yep. And there's no negatives now, right?
Nope.
No.
Cool.
So small one for the magic, but unfortunately.
Yep, there's a -2 for magic right now. That's all that's
Right.
left.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
right.
much.
But not 21.
Oh my gosh, they. Take
So
a-
group save, it'll be spirit -4.
It sure will.
Yeah, they're gone.
Nope.
Float.
We're just going to say they're all asleep.
Eat up, Broadkill. I don't care about how evil they are, as long as they're not trying to eat me or my friends.
Okay. So then your second group.
Then I, slide on through this little area here.
Right through the building.
Get on down the road.
And let's go ahead and
Do the same thing.
do the same thing. This one I can make a so I don't have to.
No selective, so it's only 6.
Only needs to be
Yeah, you don't have to do
medium
selective,
burst
so it's only 6 points.
and it only needs to be medium burst too. So.
That's true. Yeah, so 5 points.
So
Slumber is great for taking care
number
of
5 for
things.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to wake back up, but
Yeah.
if you can
what job? Ooh, let's reroll that.
free
That
reroll.
free reroll of yours.
Barely.
Ooh, that's a success at least. So
So that'll be to -2 because you did Crater.
Yep.
I did, and I did not.
I will
raise
again do just the group.
Hey,
Nope.
flump. And then I'm gonna slide on over up to midnight, and I'm like, yeah, and just like dancing, and then I like point over to like those two that I just knocked out, and I'm like, couple over there.
You're still wearing your
Good work,
you're still
little
wearing your
buddy.
big giant cowboy hat too. I don't think.
Yes, and I'm still intangible too, so you can't actually feel me rubbing, like dancing up against him, but like my back is dancing to him.
It's a good thing that you're intangible because that could be really, really painful with all those spikes rubbing up.
Yeah,
against
exactly.
you. A lot of thorns.
All right, Mary.
Well,
Finishing up.
Mary.
You're at
I'm
-2 right now. That's all.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to like go like up to here, use my maximized bolt, and just shoot.
Oh, on the guy between them.
On that guy, and
Yep.
then the second or the first attack, the first bolt would be against this thing, and then against that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to try to hit the building and then?
Yeah, I'm doing
Okay.
the rate of fire 2 thing.
Yep.
Or does that
Okay,
have-
so
does that
with
have
the
to hit
building,
the-
if you want to hit it in the right spot, it's going to be at a -4. Just because you're trying to shoot the generator inside the building.
Which you can't see.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it.
You could
I got it.
probably
I'm just
you fast enough to just run
gonna
over there.
run up there to shoot the damn thing. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, if you want to do like if you want to go over there and like destroy it, and then
You could
Yeah, no,
try
I
shoot.
got it
You
now.
could take one shot at this guy as you run past, probably,
yeah, I
then-
could.
and then run in the building and
Not
then blast the generator with the rest of your attacks.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
so yeah, so do your one attack since you're doing the what's it called? Since you're doing the volley fire on your bolt, that'll be 2 shots, but it'll still be a -2.
Yeah.
But we'll see how he survives, and then after that, we can just assume once you get there, you can
It'll just happen.
destroy it. Yeah.
No roll needed.
So it's -15, 5d6 at a raise, 4d at not, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Oh, it's like I've done this before or something.
Just
So
the
it's
time.
Alright, and so 2 attacks against that bastard.
Bone spear.
Alright, and -2.
And I think I still have that. That's still set up to do 2 shots if you
Yeah,
need it to.
it actually is, and I'm remembering its existence for once.
Sweet. Sweet.
Alright, then so it's -2 the thing. Alright, and 1.
So that's a hit.
Hit.
That's a very palpable hit.
Alright, roll damage.
Pajam. 10.
Let's see, but you probably did. I think you did 15. So that's got all 6 armor penetration.
Yep.
So that will shake. Pierces through all the armor, and it's 1 shy of wounding. So
I think I'm going to try re-rolling that.
Reroll the damage.
you want to do some blood and guts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright then.
Okay.
And it is worse. Darn. Oh well.
It's okay, but you can at least move to the building and destroy that, and now there's no more penalties. There's technically still 1 running, but it isn't doing.
Haven't got enough generation.
Nope. All right, let's see if this final round does anything. Let's see. Oh, we got to shuffle because that's deal. Spike, Red Joker.
Red Joker.
Mary Arkham gets another card. Doesn't matter. Midnight doesn't. So I will give you guys. I'm going to give you guys all your.
Had I only taken that edge that I was considering immediately.
Oh,
Would've been
yeah.
useful.
You would have gotten all your PowerPoints back.
I know.
Yeah.
Power surge on a Joker.
All right,
Oh.
Spike. They are all pretty much the giant is still rampaging, obviously in that general direction, but right now you can feel most of the oh yeah, I forgot to have this guy run.
What guy run? Oh yeah, the mysterious soldier.
Yeah, the one that doesn't seem to be really all that concerned with hurting you. Didn't even appear to be armed with any guns.
He was gonna go disarm some more of those generators, but I did it all for him. I'm too fast.
Yep, her actually. It's a her. Or at least you think it's a her because of the big ponytail. But yes, this one, the friendly guard is only carrying a riot shield and a neural mace.
Did the Cage have a long blonde ponytail, or did she have short hair?
Oh no, Cage had like really short hair. Okay. Cage had really short hair.
That's the only blonde that I could think of that.
Yeah, and the hair is black. The ponytail is black.
Oh, I thought you said blonde earlier. But...
Sorry, yeah, I might have. I
may have heard wrong.
I'm speaking if I did. Okay, Spike, you got a Joker.
I did.
I mean, you can go on hold and interrupt whenever.
I know. I'm just trying to decide what needs doing. Let's see how far. Okay, so I can only go 28 inches. Darn it. I was hoping I could get to Barry's fish in one move, but don't think so. Does this thing still needs to be destroyed, right?
Which one?
This thing up here?
It hasn't been.
That is a building. Yes, it still would more than likely have a generator in it. Although right now it seems like the actual like dampening effect is gone.
Okay.
There is still a little bit of like an opaque barrier around you guys.
Slightly. It's barely there anymore.
Yeah, you would guess that the only thing that's active now is just the barrier itself is going to keep you inside.
I'll go on hold and see where we need to go.
Barry's fish. That guy did not didn't run. Just said, the barrier, the field is down.
There's only 3 of us left.
You're right. Am I allowed to say something without using my turn? Because I might go on hold.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, if it's something fairly short.
It's like I tell you again, you better run, or these broadkill are gonna eat you. You're outnumbered. They're up next, so.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll go on hold until probably after the broadkill go.
So let's see, broadkill. See if that guy unshakes. No, he didn't.
Nope.
Oh my god.
2.
Wait, does he have negatives? The wild die got 4.
He don't get a wild die.
Oh, he doesn't have a wild die, of course. So.
So second guy is the next guy is going to just attack. Fail.
Which guy is this?
Aren't they Kupa?
That guy failed.
I was going to say, these 3 soldiers are asleep, so...
You're right. Yeah.
They just eat their faces right now.
No.
That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. So...
Yeah.
We're just gonna coup de grace those, and one guy is gonna have an attack. Actually, just the one on the bottom. He's gonna try to. The one on the bottom is gonna try to run and get the guy that Mary shook.
The guy that a giant bone spear just shot at him.
Nope, but that broad kill does charge towards him.
His friend goes and eats.
Okay, so that's what they do. And yeah, he can hear from around the corner, but he can't actually see them. And he doesn't appear to run. He definitely does not appear like he's intends to run at all. He's going to stand his ground if he gets a chance to draw a weapon.
All right. Well, I don't have any other weapons on me other than the side sword and fisticuffs. So, I'm going to try to do a push maneuver to knock him down, and then go after the other guy who still has a weapon and chop his gun in half.
Okay.
And I also, if the mind link, if I'm in range, I want to see if they can go check to make sure Dr. Stone's all right. Kind of just left her in the building there. So.
All right. So push. You're gonna do. You will either do strength, or you may roll athletics instead if you so desire.
I will do athletics. They're really the same, but.
And then he will try to resist.
Sure. I'll stick with the 5 because I'm not rerolling. I don't have that great of stats for it.
How does that work?
He hit the target number. I did not push.
Okay. So he's not pushed. He is still unarmed.
He can take an attack if he wants to with his bare fist, because I'm going to go after this other guy.
Okay. I'll just do a quick fighting. He's at -2 because of your shroud and nimble.
And
So 4 is not going to hit you.
no, that should not be enough to hit my parry, which is 7.
And then, you'll be at a -2 to attack the weapon.
4 is probably not enough.
4 is not enough. No, that's not enough.
Let's reroll. It's not going to use my last Benny.
Yes. Okay, get a +2.
We're using it.
We'll use it. As a GM, I will never use that +2, but as okay, so raise.
Oh, that gun is getting 13 with all that armor piercing.
That's enough. That is enough to slice it. That is enough to bypass its hardness. I'm saying high-tech stuff is hardness 12.
Yeah,
so.
that works for me.
Get
the hell out of here. You've lost.
And you don't know what they're going to do yet. But so get out of here. Why don't you make a persuade or an intimidate, whichever one you think is more your style.
It's definitely persuasion. Oh jeez, that was awful. So they did there, unless they're already in. Think that's a good idea. I certainly did not have any effect over persuading them to do it.
Yeah, this one in particular, you just sliced his gun in half and then told him to run away. He's not thinking clearly. Spike, you're still on hold too, so just so you know.
I'm gonna jump in here.
Actually, the cyborgs are done, so
I'm gonna jump in and I'm just gonna run up here and I'm gonna fucking try and put I'm gonna confuse this guy, I think. Or no, I'm gonna stun him.
Stun. I like
Stun him?
stun. Stun is good.
Yep.
cool.
I'm gonna stun.
He didn't do any extra stuff.
I'll do greater stun, but he probably won't survive.
Okay.
Yep. And that's it. I'm just gonna do stun. I could do 3 actions, but who cares? Let's do it. Stun.
Stun.
I believe this is a biomanipulation one.
Yep.
Yes, this will affect biomanipulation. Yes.
Definitely.
So.
Which oh shit. I'll reroll.
Okay.
I'll take a 10.
So he
with
is
the
going to have
greater-
to make a vigor roll at -4. And so he is stunned and fatigued.
Yep.
Yep.
We're going to use those, and I will just put an extra. Put a 1 in his green bar just so we remember he's fatigued. So yeah, he just basically drops to the ground. And actually, you would have gotten a +2 on that. So the first one technically would have been a 7, but it doesn't matter.
Didn't even need it. But it still wouldn't have been a raise on that first one, so.
No, it would, yeah. So, okay, midnight. The giant is running away, barreling towards the noise.
I think I will run over to the building, pop my head in, check on old blind lady, what's her name? And
Yeah, Stone.
she's all right. I'm going to fire
And yes,
a bolt
and she
at
is.
their feet. Oh, she is okay?
She's totally okay. Yeah, she's basically taken it the entire time. She's been rolling back and forth she rolled all the way to the back of the building and now she's to the front. And when she sees your head, she gives you a nod like, okay, you didn't forget that I was here. Good work.
Doing all right, you got it. And I'm going to fire a bolt like here to try and scare them.
Who's this?
And
Where?
Like,
oh, those guys are asleep.
Oh, they're asleep. Oh, I thought they were running
pretty much
away.
everyone except for the guy here is the ones up north are by Barry's Fish are still awake, but everyone else is either asleep or stunned.
Yeah, I told you that these guys down here are asleep, so if you want to finish them off
Oh,
or
that's
something.
the two, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, nah, they're doing fine.
Let them. They've had a long day. Maybe they'll probably wake up to a giant ripping them their limbs off or Broadkill eating their faces, but.
And I'll just move over to the corner here, keep an eye on Spike, and call it good for there.
Keep an eye on me.
All right, Mary. You have destroyed all but one of these boxes, all but one of these generators. Not a lot of danger around that you can see, other than you could definitely tell that there's a rampaging giant down farther south there.
And you never know if the Broadkill are going to be a problem in the future, but right now they.
Yeah, they're at least right now they're more or less devouring and/or, they're eating people. You there, Adam?
Doesn't seem.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear us, Adam? We cannot hear you.
No, you're muted.
Sorry about that.
Nope.
I can probably just hear. I can probably hear Barry's Fish being noble and whatever.
Oh,
heck
yes.
they does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard not to hear the nobility.
So, I'm gonna go
Disgusting
back to the
ability.
shed, I guess, and just shoot this guy in the head because he just got shot by the stun thing. So he's probably gonna wake up sooner or later.
Yes, he would potentially. Yes. So if you want to
Sooner than
go,
the sleeping people at least. So yeah.
if you want to go dispatch him before you, I will say, if you go there, Dr. Stone would just be like, he's not worth it. Yeah, and I can handle him. Like, she would tell, I may be in a wheelchair, but I can handle an unconscious guard.
Okay.
So if you want to go do something else, she would basically just kind of wave you off, like, it's okay, I got
So
this.
you just get to there and they're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
And she's, as you're doing that, she's kind of like rolling up, and she looks like, she's got like a broom in her hand, she's gonna whack the dude if he gets up.
She can also see now.
Yeah, he doesn't have any weapons, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
She can see.
We'll just hang out with her then. Battle's pretty much done. Maybe need to take out the giant. Other than that, yeah. But not everyone's dead, so I can't start doing my divination to make sure everyone fucking leaves.
Go home.
Go anywhere other than this hellhole of a planet.
Mountain Giant is still shaking.
Giant still isn't unshaken, so he's just gonna move. He's just gonna move 8 towards them.
I guess they're making noises. Whatever. Hey, give me some of the food. I guess I don't know.
All right, the slavers that are by really the only ones, but only the one that's the ones by Buried Fish are gonna go, and then I'll try to unstun the other guy. So they're going to be at -4 to attack you because you got your 2 from Cyber Knight and then 2 from the Speed Shroud Nimble.
They're using any tech on me,
They're using vibro knives. They're gonna basically each draw a vibro knife.
Okay.
The one that's next to you is going to attack first, so he's not going to get any bonus, and he's going to be at a -5 or -4. So 3 is not going to hit you.
No.
They have to explode.
The second one's going to come up. He's going to get a +1, so it's only a -3.
Yep.
Oh, shoot. That hit.
That's a raise.
It is a raise.
Armor piercing 6 and 11.
Let's see. Let me do the math here. All right. Armor piercing 6. What armor do I have working at the moment?
I don't think you have any armor. I think you just got toughness because your
cyber armor
is toughness, isn't it?
Yes, and it's improved. So 9 is what my total is. So there's no armor.
So you're shaken.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And he's not gonna try to do anything extra, but he's gonna say, "Ha ha! You thought that I should run? You thought we should run away."
Well, clearly, because they are
literally only 2.
They are still proud warriors, and they continue to fight. They have now earned the right to take a scythe sword in the gut.
Okay, so Mary's gonna need an extra.
Yeah.
Not gonna matter. Midnight needs an extra. Another extra.
And the roadkill.
Another extra.
Maybe this guy will get unshaken.
Also, I probably have to jump after this.
Okay, this should be the last one, realistically.
It really should be.
We're the broad kill. Basically, this guy's gonna attack, and then we're gonna assume everyone else goes down because there's no way they can survive.
Yeah.
Wait. First, we should roll to see if this guy manages to ever unshake.
Okay, we'll go with that slave soldier. Let's see if he's at a -4.
No.
Okay, there we go.
No,
that's bigger.
+2 for the Joker.
But whatever.
Oh no, that's the broad kill as the joke.
Yeah,
that's why I said they were going to just win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like,
we're not going to. Yeah, the one slaver soldier was still stunned, but he's still stunned.
Yeah.
So
no, that broad kill has been shaken the entire game, the entire fight.
Yeah, oh yeah, he hasn't been doing anything.
He can unshake now and help me out over here.
So the battle itself, for now, you guys are able to defeat them. The giant basically, I'm assuming someone would shut down that final generator.
Yeah.
And once that happens, the giant will basically just kind of stop rampaging because the alarm will shut off.
Okay.
You find yourself in the middle of a salt flat. But now that all of these generators are gone, Dr. Stone has the ability to help you guys teleport somewhere, maybe a little bit more safe.
Hey, that'd be all right.
And if you need to go at any point in time, Brett, just you can head out. We're gonna do a little bit more.
But I had a good time.
Good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you all next time.
Indeed.
Yeah, enjoy your weekend, dude.
Yeah, you guys too.
So you guys are pretty much, you're able to, the ones that aren't dead, Buried Fish, would you let the broadkill eat the ones that aren't dead, or would you try to stop?
If they're already dead, And if they're just
No, the ones that aren't, because there's several that are asleep still that are not.
I would try to encourage them not to. They could. There's plenty of ones that are dead or they already started on. They can take those and do whatever they want to with them. I would. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it though because we've had a long day.
They're going to. If you just mention something, they'll just kind of be like, you know. He did. They're moving. So those guys were moving so fast that we could barely see them. It's better if we just do what they ask. You are. Mel was definitely right. The friendly guard and the cat was Fletcher. He was actually with Dr. Stone, just sitting and talking and having tea when they came to capture her. She told him, I'm going to get captured right before they got captured. And she told him to follow. And he followed and was able to infiltrate as a cat. And was able to gather a little bit of intelligence to help out. And however, while he was in the anti-magic field, he could not shapeshift. So he was was stuck in the form of the cat until you guys destroyed one of those generators.
That's amazing.
But Dr. Stone is able to utilize your collective PowerPoints to help you teleport to a more safe place, close to New Durango, but not there. And the Broadkill really don't want any help. They're just like, we don't. No. You helped us get out, so we will, not eat you right now. But if we see you again, well, then all bets are off.
Yeah, well, I understand. You got a code. I got one too.
The giant does kind of follow you a little bit. Kind of doesn't really seem to know where it needs to go.
Well, I'm perfectly fine. They're not completely unintelligent creatures.
No, and it can speak enough language. It can speak enough English to be like, I not eat you, you not. I not eat you and you not beat me.
That sounds fair to me.
So it's going to follow you guys through the portal if you let it.
Yeah. I will save a giant. Why not? There. No problem.
It does. I mean, it's it's definitely not civilized, but
no, but it's not its
fault.
It's
So where are you guys going to get? Why don't we go across the bottom? Mary, why don't you roll a D12? Or excuse me, okay. Barry's fish roll a D12. Mary roll a D6 and Spike roll a D6. Okay. Okay, so 11 o'clock.
Oh,
that's the direction that Dad is supposed to fire.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where you landed. It's a scatter table on the portal. So you are a few days from New Durango. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. I want the ruler. You're a few days from New Durango. But it's not. It's territory that you're actually fairly familiar with because you've traveled through here. You have no idea where your pilots and your former allies are, but you would guess that they're going to be traveling home the same way that they left.
Yep.
For now, we'll just assume the next time we pick up, you guys will be somewhat in the wild. I'm guessing you would have probably scavenged what gear you could have from these guys.
And a body or two.
Yeah.
He needs some zombies.
Yes, you would definitely be able to collect some bodies for zombies. And buried fish would potentially be able to use some of their armor. But Midnight for sure would be limited to maybe using just the arm and the leg armor because he's got wings and a beak. Spike
little girl.
be largely incapable of using any of their armor. And Mary, if you had an expert to resize it, you could. But realistically, the best you're going to do is like a riot, like, a helmet.
Yeah. Although Mary does like hats, so she probably is wearing one of the helmets.
Yeah, it's like a riot. It's like a riot armor helmet, like with the clear visor and everything. It's
sure
pretty simple.
If we can add that to one of her collection.
There, you guys would at least be able to arm yourselves and protect yourselves. But
I got an upgrade on my gun.
Yep, I have one of the pulse rifles that I didn't chop in half. I would have as a backup for.
Yep.
And we have all the grenades. All the stun grenades.
Lots of stun grenades, yeah. And they actually did have like a small armory in one of the buildings, but it's just copies of everything else that they have, So there's some pulse rifles, stun grenades, neural maces. That's about it.
Yep.
But you were able to escape, and when we next join up, we'll just kind of see how the travel goes from there. Let's see. You guys got an advance last session, so but yes, we could probably end the stream about now.
Sounds good.
The rest is just.
Thanks for everybody that's stuck around to watch this. This has been Rest for Savage Worlds. Check us out playing Deadlands Lost Colony over on my new channel, The Last Benny Society. And we'll be back with some more Rifts at some point in the future. I don't know if that's next week or we'll be doing Deadlands again. I'm not sure yet. Go over to Pinnacle Entertainment Group's website in the meantime and check out Savage Worlds and Rifts for Savage Worlds and Deadlands and all the great stuff at pegging.com. And if you need to be playing online during all this continuing pandemic craziness, a good choice is roll20.net. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.
Yo, yo.